The CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Submission Kings. Winner takes all. It's great to have you here tonight. My name is Yusuf, and I'll be your MC for the night. I just want to say what a privilege it is to be here amongst the cream of the crop in terms of grappling talent in South Africa. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I please ask that you adhere to all the COVID protocols and you respect those rules tonight. 28 of South Africa's most elite grapplers will showcase their skills across a variety of grappling challenges, including super fights, combat jiu-jitsu, quintets, and the pinnacle of the show, an 8-man knockout tournament with 10,000 Rand on the line, as well as the first ever Submission Kings Championship belt. It is the Submission Kings Welterweight Champion, and they'll be crowned right here tonight. So we really are in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. The action is available on Submission Kings YouTube and Facebook page, and if you missed any of those incredible vlogs, please check them out after the event. Also, go to the samaf.org website for more information about how you can play your part to assist athletes, upcoming athletes, with their financial needs. So we ask you to go to that website and check that out. It's all for a good cause tonight. Thanks once again, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, I'd have to mention our sponsors who have played a huge part in putting it all together. That's CMH Ford, Pinetown, Kawasaki and Sim, carshop.co.za, Rooftop 420, Blue Sky Sourcing, Alexander Caruth, Bud Integration Systems, Gasoline, Denim Co., Florida Park Hotel, Green Machine, RBG Studios, MMA News, Uncaged.com, as well as our amazing venue and production team of Take Note Technologies. So we're about to get the action underway with our first event. I'll get there shortly. Lots to read, lots of sponsors. I mean, thanks to all the sponsors once again for putting this together. All right, it's a stacked bill here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 2 youth competitors from 2 of the biggest gyms in the country will do battle, possibly amongst the most promising talents for the future of competitive jiu-jitsu. In the blue corner, representing East Rand, BJJ, and fast becoming a Submission King superstar. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Yusuf Hansrud. And out of the green corner, representing the most acclaimed gym in the country, from Team Quan Vessels, a young competitor who has medaled in a list of high-level competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Logan van Heerden.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. It's Big Al Bishop, joined by the young sterling Guy Lazarus here tonight. Welcome, Guy. Just straight off the bat, I noticed 2 nervous-looking competitors, especially on Logan's side. I just want to mention it is obviously a big stage for these guys. They're used to the mat on the floor, having their family around close by. This one's the first time stepping up on a major competition.
Yeah, I think. Look, from my personal experience, the big stage is a big shock, especially the first time. I know in our gym we try to prepare athletes for it as much as possible and try to get you and even get a live roll on the mat first. But let's see, they're about to start. Let's have a look.
So as mentioned, we've got East Rand BJJ and Quan Vessels being represented, by 2 stellar youth competitors who have really been claiming accolades on the competitive scene, pushing hard. 2 standouts in terms of youth grappling, I can put it that way.
Completely. Both kids have been dominating in the youth departments. Yusuf himself actually took second in adult division recently at the last Submission Kings. Straight into the action, we got Logan going straight into his top-heavy power game, looking for guillotines and knee slice passes.
So immediately, if you look at the two guys, I mean, Logan seems to be, he looks a lot stronger. So you want to keep that top kind of position, put the pressure on, settle down a little bit, let the nerves chill out, and really start to work a pass from here. This is Yusuf's game, though. He likes that butterfly, elevate the hips, keep those hips up high, and yeah, let's see where they go from here. Obviously, this is a youth fight, so no heel hooks allowed, and these are two guys that really love that sort of game. So it's going to be interesting to see the adjustments they make from here and where they go.
That's an interesting dynamic that you bring up, because they are both actually quite capable leg lockers, but now they're actually taking away their weapon. Why did you do that to them, Al?
Youngsters, we've got to keep safety, and we've got to have separation between adult and youth. So the easiest way was obviously to not allow heel hooks.
So Yusuf seems to be trying to apply a reverse de la Riva and now false reaping. Getting in quite deep. He's got the knee line. Logan needs to get out of there. He needs to clear his leg. He needs to pummel his left leg through. Try and clear the knee leg. But right now he's just trying to fight the head to keep the posture broken, so Yusuf can't extend.
An interesting thing we were trying to analyze before this started was Yusuf's got his favorite submission listed as a Tariqa Plata, and this is exactly how we watched it being, well, not now, but set up from a bottom kind of position. He's definitely in on the legs quite nicely there.
Yeah, so I want to see Logan get his left leg over and start pummeling through to create space, so he can remove the tension and the connection from Yusuf. It's hard to see from here, but it looks like he's got it quite deep. Yusuf needs to get a good grip on that ankle, though. Are they allowed straight ankle locks?
Yes. Okay. Straight ankle locks are definitely allowed. And it seems that both guys have also settled down now. They've become comfortable with this stage, and as I say, that Yusuf starts breathing a little bit heavy, but they're definitely a little bit more comfortable.
Tight.
Good transfer of the leg there. And I mean, these guys have got such a high knowledge of what they're doing and the grasp, the concepts of jiu-jitsu and how they apply that in a competition mindset and how they're going out. So it's so great to see such young guys. I mean, these are 15, 16-year-old guys. Just really, really high-level jiu-jitsu.
Ooh, that's a tight knee bar. Oh, Logan gets out. Well done, young Logan.
Interestingly there, Yusuf's corner warned him on the knee bar that it's illegal, and he kind of just abandoned everything completely there.
Interesting. Do you think he obviously wasn't aware at the time?
Yeah, he could have actually tried to keep the position, but he kind of just abandoned everything.
Yeah.
And he's quite comfortable to play that bottom game, let Logan come up, try and get under his hips, and that's where he is again.
He's going for that Tariqa Plata slash armbar.
He's
got Logan's back. Nice movement from Yusuf. Really smooth. How old is Yusuf? He's only been rolling for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I want to say he's 15, 16 max. Maybe even younger. He's definitely one of the guys we're trying to help and encourage him, like, to go out to a big international competition. I mean, not to say that Logan can't either, but he definitely has all the skills. The guys have told me.
Is that Tariqa Plata?
Yeah, Struce, and that's exactly how we were watching how they would set it up.
Logan defending all right. He's managing to keep his arm, but that looks tight. He looked like he was about to tap.
He thought about the tap.
Thought about the
tap.
Tap.
Oh, well done.
There it is. Yusuf with the submission win. Three minutes 44 left on the clock.
That was super slick jiu-jitsu. Super slick jiu-jitsu. Massively. I mean, this kid is he's impressed me so much. He came down to Durban and he just wrecked everybody, youth, adults. He had like 20 fights, and man, he's so impressive, man. And really keep an eye out for this kid in the future, man. He's definitely going far.
I think both these kids, I mean,
100%.
When we saw at the last Submission Kings, lots of kids in their specific division that were.
I said to Logan when he got you, like, the stage is big, you're going to be nervous, you're two young guys, like, just try and enjoy the moment. And I think, I must be honest, Logan walked out looking extremely nervous there. I think the stage might have been a bit big for him, but this is what we want to do. We want to put the youngsters out there. Logan will come back the next time and be a lot more comfortable with it. And be more at ease with the competitive environment that he's in today. And that's how we're going to build these guys up.
That's the big thing. It's about getting familiar with the territory. You know, you're used to your gym, used to
100%.
the teammates ragging on you. You're not necessarily used to. They're not getting shouted at by the side. You're not getting booed or anything.
Sure.
But you know that can be elements they have to be aware of.
100%.
To be able to block out and then focus on only the corners coaching.
100%. And the only way for these guys to really step up their competitive game is to get experience like this here. And wins and losses both come with pros and cons of experience, you know. I mean, Logan's a young guy. He's a very coachable guy. His coaches will go back and explain to him step by step what went wrong, what went right. And yeah, man, great performance from those two young guys.
That was, super impressive. I'm scared to roll them.
Yeah, I am definitely avoiding those two kids on the mat.
What are we looking up? What's next while they're busy cleaning the mats?
While that is all happening, we got this is one that is very close to me. Nico Brits, in fact, was initially a guy I pitched as a dark horse to be in the 8-man. He's a white belt. He's been training for a very short amount of time, also 2.5 years. But his jiu-jitsu is ridiculously slick, especially for his level. And then on second thought, I spoke to his coach and I was like, look, I think perhaps the 8-man is we're probably pushing it a little bit for him, you know. I don't want to like throw him in amongst the wolves for no reason. So let's give him a very tough fight. And honestly, Bradley is a incredibly tough fight. He's going to have his entire arsenal. He's going to have his mind he's going to have to be right. And he's really going to have to put on the best performance of his life to win here. If he can win against Bradley, who's a seasoned competitor and a purple belt, I think the floodgates are open for him from there.
The CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today. The CMH.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for the sanitization to be done, we'll wait our next event here. Don't forget, up for grabs a bit later on. We'll be waiting for it. Welterweight belts at Submission Kings. And of course, there's a lot more action coming your way. Check out the YouTube and Facebook page for the live stream. If you're watching wherever you are, welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the action.
I think I'm playing chess, I see a king, I'm at his neck. I'm 3 steps ahead of every move, now that's a check. Yes, they want to know.
And we're back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our next event here tonight at Submission Kings. Winner takes all. The next bout welcomes another future prospect who's been dominating on the Submission Kings tournament stage. A self-proclaimed competition record of 13-0, representing Pretoria via Constrictor BJJ. In the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, Nico Brits. His opponent is a man that has actively been competing since the start of jiu-jitsu's journey. A long list of competitive achievements and silverweight in match, making his return to the Submission Kings mat. Out of the green corner, representing Gracie Barra and Soweto Jiu-Jitsu, it's Bradley Mnguzulu.
Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this is Nico Brits versus Bradley Mnguzulu. One I'm super excited to see get underway. Like I said, Nico is in fact a white belt and Bradley is a purple belt, which is super interesting stylistically. Sorry, in terms of their ranking, but stylistically it's great. Two very tall guys, long-limbed, very good guard players. So, and straight away Bradley's into that guard pool, and that's where he's the most comfortable.
So generally speaking, I know Bradley likes a little close guard and he likes some Stella Riva and switching between the two. Reeves saw it when he tried against Dricus.
Sure.
You know, Nico's coming with that top heavy pressure game again. You know, as they claim it, the Pretoria boys, they're a strong bunch of humans.
Sure. And this is a tough test for Nico, man. And he wanted the test, and he was keen for anything and anyone, which is applaudable. I'm interested to see how he deals with this. The reason what made it so exciting for me was stylistically you can see how these guys are going to battle each other out, especially in the close guard situations. I've trained with Bradley and I know he loves this stuff, man. You leave an arm in there too long and he's nasty on those arms. He's got long levers which gives him a lever advantage. He just grabs on an arm and you're in deep trouble.
Bradley into
Very
the
nice.
Ashi. He's looking for the heel hook now.
Constricted Jiu-Jitsu in Pretoria, obviously this is their game. They love a bit of a leg lock. Also, just to say, Bradley has been here before. He's been on this arena before. He knows what it's like, what it's about. So, and Nico obviously coming up as a white belt onto this big stage, he's got to be a little bit nervous.
Yeah. It's an interesting position now. Bradley's, trying to pass guard, but he doesn't have the underhook. He's got that reach around. Now he's got the overhook, but Nico's tight on that underhook on the body, and he's looking for that sweep. I want to see him drag that leg out a little bit more, just to open up the hips.
Yeah, so you mean with his left leg, top leg,
and
drag the leg out a bit.
He's got the other arm trapped, the other leg trapped with his arm, so he's taking away Bradley's base.
Good underhook position there. You could maybe start reaching that underhook towards the far shoulder.
That or around the thigh,
Sure.
the quad. Sorry, my anatomy knowledge is not always up to scratch.
Anatomy is not our strength. Anatomy and math. Bradley going back to trying to get that heavy overhook. He's got that S grip on the far side there, Nico. Okay, and now we've got a bit of separation.
Okay, now that there's a little bit of body separation, I want to see what's going to happen. Brad getting the knee slice, immediately looking for that armbar.
Yeah, really rushed that armbar.
Nico wise to it as well.
Really rushed that armbar. Bit of competitive nerves here, I think, for Bradley. He thought he saw the arm and just really rushed and lost the position.
Look, you got to wonder, he's accepted a match against a white belt, regardless of what the guy's actually capable of or not. There's always going to have that mentality at the back of your mind.
100%.
Yeah.
And Bradley's a community leader. He's out there trying to grow jiu-jitsu in Soweto.
Yeah.
I think if you're listening to this, check it out, Soweto Jiu-Jitsu. It's called the DSK program. It's a massively exciting thing. He's really stepped up, taken the initiative, and he's gone out there and he's tried to spread the sport, into unseen parts, which is really cool.
Yeah.
He's a coach, he's a leader, he's a mentor. So a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
A lot of pressure. I know he just recently awarded some of his guys blue belts underneath his
Brett
professors,
Evans, sure.
which is amazing thing to see.
Knee slice now from Nico, trying to get that guard pass. For these guys that have these long limbs, especially in the guard situations, it's so hard to pass these guards, man. You just think you're out, and then a leg comes from nowhere. It's terrible.
Bane of my existence.
Yeah, it's terrible. Both guys settling into it a little bit now.
So Nico's taking an interesting approach to trying to break the guard.
Yeah.
He's probably figured it's just too tiring to stand up
Sure.
and carry Bradley's weight.
Day
so
one.
He's trying to creep out the back by creating pressure on the flat hips.
day one kind of jiu-jitsu, just kind of like sit back and try and open that guard.
Now,
Looking for the body lock. Looks like he's going to set up that body lock pass now.
It's going to be hard with Bradley doing the body triangle
Sure.
from guard.
So the key to that body lock, guy, maybe you can explain a bit better. So like keep your head flat on your opponent and then almost pyramid your legs up to make the space, slide your arm in and start to work that body lock from there.
Yeah, but to do it from like a closed guard itself becomes rather difficult.
Yeah,
you know, generally you're attacking it from out in the open into like a butterfly type position. So, and Brad's got those legs that it doesn't really matter how far away you get from him, they're still there.
Sure. Fast approaching the halfway mark here, where we can hear the guys breathing starting to get a bit heavy now. You know, as the nerves start to calm down, the adrenaline starts to calm down, the heart rate starts to increase a little bit. And he's actually working that body lock now, and he's
Brad
giving it up.
making like quite a nice dirty fight there,
Yeah.
framing on the face, framing on the eyes. He's not eye poking him, it's all legal, just
to make
making
it
really
nice
uncomfortable.
and nasty. Make you think about what you're doing. Good head position there from Nico. Now really trying to work this guard. And Bradley's kind of happy here, you know, he's saying to Nico, you're going to have to work here. You're going to have to pass and you're going to have to come across now.
Yeah,
you know, he's like threatening sort of positions and throwing up a high guard here and there, but nothing too crazy. Back to the body lock from Nico.
Not giving up the position.
Sure.
You know, he's got the competition experience, so he's probably working on a plan. He's probably looking at, okay, let me test the reaction, see what happens when I do X and Y, and then adjust accordingly after he's rested a little bit, because he came out of the gates quite hard.
Sure.
See, he's
Now
looking for that rubber guard. Nico's having none of it. Oh, he's sitting back on the leg lock. Interesting. So Brad's cleared the knee line.
Yeah, it's so easy because his legs are just so long.
The Nico's still got a grip, but it's interesting. He's doing things I would never even think about, like locking my legs around the guy's body from there.
Sure.
It's just not physiologically possible.
And this is what was so exciting about this. Just
Interesting. He's got it. He's got the outside ashi, but he's given up on the grip. Obviously, he's
transferring the leg
something.
now to the other side.
No. Switched it to a 50-50 position. It's an interesting choice because you're kind of making it even. And Nico has to worry. His heel is exposed at the moment.
Yeah, he should probably transfer that leg back to the other side.
That it seems to be having an effect on Brad. Like
Sure.
he's worried about what's happening.
Yeah,
with
he's
his
definitely concerned, and he's trying to like keep that posture as close to keep Nico as close to him as possible, not allowing him to get back on that leg.
Kind of looks like Nico's got the butterfly grip on the ankle. It's hard to see from here. So for those that don't understand, Nico needs to create a bit of an extension to get the leg lock, and Brad's creating he's not allowing it by holding his head like that. But Nico's got he's getting his extension now. I want to. Ooh, that looks nasty. That could go bad.
It's starting to get a lot
I don't
deeper
like
now.
knees like this. But yeah, Brad seems largely safe at this point.
Yeah, he's comfortable now.
They're still kind of in a 50-50 position, just Brad's on top, so he's got gravity on his side. Just to get his leg out of there is still going to be a risky situation.
Yeah, 2 minutes left for these guys to work now. If we don't see a submission at the end of the 2 minutes, we're obviously heading to EBI overtimes, and where a winner has to be decided.
Al, do you want to explain the EBI overtime rules for us, briefly?
I'll do my best.
Ugly smother.
Yeah, jeez. Brad's really starting to, he's back on that heel.
He's back on the hill.
He's got to get that extended though, eh?
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Brad's kind of diving on the arm, and Nico's just like, nope, give that back.
So the EBI rules, the EBI overtime rules are Oh, sorry, I will get back there. Nico's still
Nico's
trying
set
to
on
work
He's
that
got,
leg.
he's got the belly down ankle. We needed to go belly down there.
Still attacking that leg.
So like, here's the
Just-
point. Nico's still looking for the submission, and like
Yeah.
props to him. But he's got to start thinking about, okay, we might get to overtime.
Over
I
time
need
to
to
start
save my
conserving
limbs
some energy, sure.
so that I can. Oh, he's got a lock on it. Can he get the extension and rotation? Can he get his head free, basically, at this point? He's got 12 seconds left to try.
Stranger things have happened.
Oh, now Brad's going for his own, but it's too far out of reach for him. Okay, so as you mentioned, we're going to EBI overtime rules. How long do they have?
2 minutes.
So they've got 2 minutes. They're going to be in spiderweb or back, correct?
Yeah, spiderweb or back. They're gonna.
And fastest to escape or fastest to sub?
Yes.
Sudden death.
So there should be multiple EBI rounds.
Best of 3.
Yes. Okay, so referee Brandon's going to flick a coin. Whoever wins will choose the position, and then we'll go from there.
That was interesting. That was very back and forth. I'd say
Yeah.
the earlier match was Bradley's. The later match,
Yeah,
to
definitely
Nico.
was a.
I'm sure both their sets of limbs are
Sure.
quite gassed at the moment.
And you can see they're physically quite tired. It sounds like Bradley's going to go with back.
I'm amazed at
So
how
he's
going
gonna
to
get a hook. He's going to go hooks in with the seatbelt. Nico has to survive.
Okay, so what's the definition of escaping here?
So he has to completely clear this position. Bradley can keep any sort of control position to mount. He's still in.
Do I have to have both hooks? Can I go body triangle? Can
Body
I go
triangle, body triangle
lock?
can stay, body lock can stay. Hip lock, you mean the hip lock as opposed
Hip
to
lock.
yeah, hip
What about
lock's
a
in.
pyramid?
Pyramid's still fine.
For those that don't know, it's 2 feet on the hips. Seems like Nico's
Yeah,
complaining
the
about Bradley.
seatbelt
like,
was a bit
choking
high.
him.
Yeah, the seatbelt was a bit high. He has long arms, so it's
It's interesting that he's putting the seatbelt in the center and not trying to hide the hands behind
Sure.
underneath the armpit or on the neck.
yeah. Like I say, I think it's got to do with the length of his arms. That's just kind of how they go. Yeah, on the sternum is where it needs to be, not too high. Go. Bit of complications,
Okay, I
yeah.
just want to get better timing
Yeah,
so the
Brandon just wants to make sure that the position is right.
judges can see it.
Yeah, like I say, again, I think it's got a lot to do with the length of his arms. Yes. Okay, another. Straight away onto clearing
Straight
the
away,
arms.
yeah. Too bad, obviously, straight to the body lock, body triangle.
Yeah, with those long legs, you'd expect that straight away. Oh, he's out.
15 seconds. by my
15
count.
seconds. That was immense. So that's advantage Nico there. So now what's going to happen is now it's Nico's going to have a chance to. So that was 16 seconds was the official
Okay,
time for
officially
Bradley.
16 seconds. But if Bradley doesn't escape in that time or escapes quicker, do they do another round or is Nico the winner?
Nico is the winner from
Okay.
there.
If time dependent, obviously.
Correct. And here we go. Let's see. Nico's got to hold here for just longer than 16 seconds or work to get that submission. Oh, this is going to be interesting. He's got the choke in.
He's got the choke. Either way, he's got the time, so it doesn't matter. Great overtime victory to Nico, showing durability and vast maturity for a white belt. But overall, great fight by both gents.
Yeah, that is a massive, man. I'm excited to see what we do with Nico next. I tried to think about it before we started today, like what do we do if he wins? Where do we go from here? You know, this is as tough a challenge we could have given him for his first outing here. Great performance, you know, obviously when it comes to something like overtime, that's the advantage. You know, you both were on a back position and you managed to find a way to submit him. I'm so impressed by this guy, man. Honestly, I can't say enough good things about him, and just watching him develop and come up. He came down to Durban when we were in Durban, wrecked the whole tournament. Everybody that was in his way. Came to Joburg in November, did the same thing, wrecked everybody in his way, and now he's come here against a massively highly skilled purple belt, and he's got a win. I'm so impressed by this guy, man. He just has that jiu-jitsu mentality. He's got that. The know-how. He's obviously putting in 2.5 years is a minimal time for jiu-jitsu. He's obviously putting piles and piles, and massive shout out to his coach, Calvin Moodley.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
Ladies and gentlemen, just another round of applause for our incredible athletes tonight. It's been superb jiu-jitsu. It brings us to the start of the winner takes all 8-man knockout tournament. By the end of tonight, one of these 8 competitors will be 10,000 Rand richer. Compliments of Rooftop 420, as well as becoming the first ever Submission Kings welterweight champion. These are 8 of the finest grappling talents the country has to offer, and they'll battle it out right here to become number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, in the first matchup, representing Team Lorenzo Gracie Cape Town, a recent Submission King, in the blue corner, Jordan Leclo. His opponent, also from Cape Town, a man widely considered the dark horse, representing Rio Grappling, in the green corner, Michael Block.
Alrighty, here we go. I'm super excited for this matchup. This is high level guys here. Jordan has been on a tear. Michael is relatively unknown to some people, but he has massive credentials. He's beaten some massive names before, and really, like we've been saying, he is absolutely the black horse, or the dark horse if you like. So I'm excited to see how this one pans out.
Immediately straight into the clinch, guys. I know Jordan's been working on his wrestling a lot, so instead of pulling guard, maybe he's looking to...
And in the vlogs, he spoke about doing a lot of judo. And funny enough, these guys spend a lot of time together at Henzo's. They train together, so they are very familiar with each other.
Interesting. Michael Block pulling guard without great control. Jordan managing to take advantage and pass the guard immediately, straight into like a knee on belly type position.
And an interesting factor here, I mean, Michael had problems. He had to weigh in early because he had work commitments today. Jordan's a full-time athlete. He trains as he needs to full-time. So we're going to see how that pans out in jiu-jitsu, to being a full-time athlete as to someone who still has a 9-to-5 job and then has to still figure it out from there. Oh, setting up that tribe. Oh, super quick.
Oh
my.
Jordan finding a way out.
Super quick. block is no easy task. That's a great performance there by Jordan, and that's going to set him up nicely.
So after that slick win, Jordan gets a nice rest.
Yeah.
He's going to fight the winner of the next match, which is between
Jamie Gemmell
and his
Dylan.
longtime rival, Dylan Miguel Carrera.
So those
Miguel.
of you who don't know, Dylan Carrera Miguel and Jordan Leclerc have kind of been facing each other at every tournament, and it's mostly won by Jordan, but Dylan got a good win recently in November. So there's a good possibility of them facing each other. Obviously not to say Dylan's got to get through Jamie Gemmell next, who's a high-level competitor.
Let's set it up to CS.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget there is merchandise on sale here tonight, Submission Kings merch as well as Scarab merch. So check that out. They are in the back corner and through the doorway over there. Next up, we'll see two Johannesburg-based grapplers face off. Both competitors making their return to the Submission Kings mat. The first black belt to enter the fold, a man deeply entrenched in jiu-jitsu and one of the longest standing competitors. He represents the red shield of Gracie Barra Ilovo. In the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Gemmell. His opponent, also a familiar face on the local competition scene, a recent jiu-jitsu nomad fighting out of his parents' garage. I don't know who writes this stuff. Must be Big L. In the green corner, ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Carrera Miguel.
Besides being great grapplers, these are possibly two of the nicest guys you'll ever come across in jiu-jitsu. So I wish they could just both win and just have a hug afterwards. Two of my favorite guys, man. I got to spend a bit of time with Dylan in his famous parents' garage, and that's what he wanted. He wanted everyone to know that's where he's training at the moment, in his dad's garage.
Yeah. So apparently him and Johan Oosthuizen, the heavyweight king,
Yes.
they've just been going at it for the last couple months or years, even during the pandemic.
Yes.
And it's been producing massive results for Dylan.
So he's had all sorts of guys coming through there. Manny, he's obviously got Johan Oosthuizen in there, and he's just been on fire. Oh, straight onto the leg goes Dylan. One thing I would expect, Dylan is a seriously strong guy. I think he's going to have a bit of a strength advantage over Jamie. Obviously, Jamie's been on the mat a little bit longer. He's been competing. He's competed all over the world, New York. He's competed in London, Angola. He's competed all over, you know. So this is what he does, and he loves to do it. Oh, what a great back take
by Jamie. Dylan doing the work to get out.
Oh, he's on there. Choke is in.
And then that's in. That's tight.
Some serious heart there by Dylan.
Hot.
Insane heart there by
He's
Dylan.
finding the angle, but it's out.
And he's out.
does
Oh
it.
my word. Woo! How did he escape?
Pure guts and
That is some
fortitude.
insane heart from Dylan Carrera Miguel. That
Guys-
looked all but over.
All of that's over. We still got 8 minutes 40 left.
I don't even know how he escaped.
So the interesting thing now is, has Jamie's arms gotten gas from that?
That's it. Yeah, there was crank and survival is what was happening there. That was an insane bit of heart there from Dylan.
Oh, some slick work there to pass the guard straight to a high mount from Dylan. Looks like he's actually, I don't know if he's looking for the armbar or the triangle. Looks like the reverse triangle from the back.
Yeah,
Slick work
and
from
he's on
Dylan
it.
himself. He's going for, I think, the Kimura.
After
with the
just
triangle
surviving a deep choke, he's now in a position to win this. That hand is
Is he going for the
slipping.
wrist lock?
Jamie is now reversed, and now he's fighting for survival.
I mean, Jamie in his own right is highly resilient. I've seen him in many competitions. Survive, and then find a finish right at the end.
Oh, this looks bad. He's going for that almost like one arm almost. Michael
What I-
Chiesa-like. Oh, and he's reversing. And he's out. Oh, and he's
Beautiful work
out.
from both gents. Still 7 minutes 30 on the clock. So Dylan's employing a knee shield tactic now.
Both of these guys.
And he's getting the Kimura. He got the Kimura trap. JB seems to be doing a good job of defending it, creating entanglements, creating separation.
Looking for that scramble.
No, he's not. Dylan getting.
Oh, he's giving up his back there. Okay, now it's a high stakes chess game now to see who gets the back and if Jamie can keep him off his back. Into the headlock position there.
I wonder if Dylan's switching tactics now instead of trying to go to the back and the leg locks. But clearly I'm wrong.
Clearly, as he takes the back.
He's got the top hook. I want to see him pull him aside, then he can close it up.
Yeah, he
and
can
get
start
the
to
body
work
lock.
that hip lock from there.
Yeah.
There we go. Hip lock on. Oh, onto the arm. Oh!
Good work from Jamie to escape. And
Great scrambling there by these two guys.
We're still not even halfway through this match.
These guys are putting on an amazing show here, man. This is some incredible jiu-jitsu. We've seen it all. Escapes, chokes, transitions.
Wrist locks.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan in on the leg. Oh, he needs to get that bottom leg through. There we are.
Oh.
He's getting his clamp on the heel.
Jamie in a lot of trouble here. No, he's cleared that knee. Good work. Big breath there from Dylan, and a second one.
So what changes now with all the leg locks is now they're getting sweaty. They're not dry anymore.
Sure.
So their grips and their positions have to be that much more precise. But that's even harder because they're getting tired. He's there again, but he hasn't clamped the knee. So Jamie countering to get to the back. He needs to climb. But Dylan's hips seem to be a little bit free, so I think Jamie's going to try and come up on top here. But he put his leg at risk in the process.
Yeah, and Dylan's like just latching onto that leg at any chance he gets, and he's really trying to work it now.
Now Jamie's got a slight attachment. Dylan doing good work to get his knee line free.
And overall, just some incredible jiu-jitsu happening here.
Dylan wasting no time, jumping
Oh,
straight on
shout out to that
that
mounted
guillotine.
guillotine. One
Jamie's
arm in.
trouble here.
He's in
Dylan
deep
needs
trouble
to arch
here.
his back. He needs to close that space a little bit and he'll be okay. But
Drop his hips down.
Jamie's managed to get the leg back, so it's going to be harder for Dylan to
Jamie
squeeze.
Gemmell, I love Jamie Gemmell, but he, much like me, the tighter the choke goes, the redder the face. So it's a bit of a giveaway from here. And that is tight. And it's getting tighter now.
Dylan doing a great job here, getting his legs free.
And Dylan loves his positions. He loves to...
And
he gets at the guillotine. What a performance. What a performance. And that is massive. That is massive.
That is a massive win.
You can see how emotional Dylan is. That is
We
massive.
get another Dylan vs. Jordan rematch.
That is massive. Well done, boys. And I think we stood up and knocked the TVs off there. What a performance by those two. Insane. And like Guy said, we get to see Jordan Leclerc versus Dylan Carrera Miguel for the umpteenth time. And
Judging by those performances, obviously Jordan's going to be a lot fresher.
Yeah.
But Dylan's super fit. I don't think it should really make that much of a difference. They've
He
got a long
did
rest
seem
between.
to be breathing quite hard there towards the end.
That was an incredibly high pace, non-stop.
It was.
submission
Plus,
attempts.
putting on submissions, surviving submissions, dealing with the adrenaline of thinking about tapping and then not tapping. So, super tiring kind of matchup. But what a fight. My heart rate is going at 100 miles an hour. That was insane.
So next up, the other side of the tree.
Whew.
We've got,
Jeez, let me catch my breath.
is it Rhys van der Merwe?
Rhys van der Merwe, who's now facing a man who's stepped up on 24 hours. Tomelo Ramafoko fighting out of Vickers Swart's gym. It was a haphazard day. We were scrambling to find an opponent. We put in a call. This is a guy who won his division at Sub Kings in November, so it made things a bit easy for us. So, like, you know, he put on a good performance. Let's try and get him in, and that's what we're trying to do. Didn't ask any questions. He just simply replied, "Tell me where I need to be," and here he is. That being said, he does have a hell of a task ahead of him, but I mean, that's how these kind of great stories are made. You know, he's got nothing to lose here. Again, it's one of those situations where all the pressure's on Rhys.
I think that was the first ever standing ovation at Submission Kings. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was absolutely incredible. And that was only the second matchup. Now for the third one. Another two competitors making their return to the Submission Kings mat after being part of the Quintet winning team. He makes his return after one of the most emphatic arm bars to set up his team's win. Representing Chris Bright's PE Submission Fighting Academy from Gqeberha. In the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rhys van der Merwe. His opponent, a man who took the call on 24 hours notice. His coach, Vickers Swart, asked if he was keen. He simply replied, "Tell me where I need to be." Fresh off winning his division at Submission Kings in November, in the green corner, representing the Wolfpack, Vickers Swart Grappling. Please welcome Tomelo Ramafoko.
Poetic words there. Al?
Poetic words. And we were just talking about this matchup. If you were watching the Quintet, Rhys pulled off that insane armbar on Talbugai, who's one of, how can we say, Talbugai is, if you're in the grappling scenes, you know the name Talbugai. He's been around forever. He probably outweighed Rhys by a good 10, 15 kilos. Great grappler. That being said, Rhys is a guy who's on the verge of a black belt. He is probably looking to go overseas sometime soon, and definitely eyeing out that title. It'll be interesting to see how these guys approach. Rhys has had a long time to get prepared for this. He was one of the original guys that we contacted, for this weight division. Ref Brandon a little bit slow there. Great sweep, outside leg sweep there from Rhys. The thing about Tomelo is that he makes it very difficult to get submitted. And that's what we thought, the chance for him is to try and drag this out. Oh, and he's in on the leg quite nicely. Is to try and drag this out. I think Rhys is doing the right thing here. Guy comes in on short notice, put the pressure on him fast, put the pace on him, and see how long his gas holds up.
Yeah, so Rhys is also dealing with a bit of an unknown element in this case. So it's probably taking, he's not going at 100%. He wants to see what he's working with. Develop a tactic as he goes. We know he can spring a submission out of anywhere, but he also doesn't want to waste his energy and maybe make a mistake and get caught in something random.
That's a great point. He's got in his mind, he needs to carry on from here. So he wants to do this as fast as possible. And every minute out there is just, not a disability, but like it's not working. Oh, and he's in on that arm.
I mean, he's got the Kimura trap looking for the armbar now. Tomelo doing a good job of holding on.
Good posture, yeah.
But that's only going to last as long as you can. Sure. Arms against the whole body is just not going to last.
Oh, this is all but over now.
Rhys trying to extend the far elbow, which will loosen the grip and make a straight line on the arms, and then open up the arm he's actually attacking. And there it is.
There we go. Great job by Rhys. Like we said.
Smooth, clinical, just shows his experience. Never rushed anything, had control the whole time.
And like we said, he had to get in, he had to get it done if he wanted to move on. And now you've got a situation, you've got two guys that are going through quite fresh. And one guy in Dylan who's had a war. Insanely hard war out there, so it's really very interesting.
Okay, so next up is,
this is
probably
the
the first round match I'm most anticipating. Brandon Newman, who's head coach at East Rand BJJ, against Desley Faithful, who's been a stalwart of the South African Jiu-Jitsu scene out of Renzo Gracie in Cape Town for many years. I've actually had to roll him once in a competition. When he was a blue belt and I was a white belt, I was absolutely terrified.
He was also,
obviously he won.
He was also completely upset that we didn't send the call out to him at the initial outset, and I did explain to him, for some reason I had him as a weight class up, like into the middleweight. Doesn't mean he looks like a big guy, but he makes the weight quite comfortably.
He's also the oldest guy in the division, isn't he?
Definitely.
But he's nearing his 40s.
Send it up. Yeah, he might actually even be 40 already. I think we can send it up to CS and we can bring in the next ones. Yeah, like you were saying there, Guy, I think it's... Okay, let's shoot it up to CS, bring them in.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder about the YouTube and Facebook. Everyone who's watching us on the live stream, welcome. Hope you've enjoyed the action so far. But we are just getting up to the pinnacle. And right now, it's the final matchup in the first round as two definite favorites pitted against one another in a titanic clash. In the blue corner, a leader for both team and jiu-jitsu, a black belt who heads up the Beast Rand, representing East Rand Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the man they call Ching. Please welcome Brandon Newman. His opponent brings an enormity of experience and skill, a well-known face on the jiu-jitsu scenes from Cape Town, representing Team Marino Gracie, the man some know as the Night King. In the green corner, please welcome Desley Faithful.
So we've got an interesting match here. Both guys they're high pressure fighters. They like being on top. They like wrestling and passing guard and crushing your face into the mat.
We've got brown belt versus black belt here. Desley, the brown belt, and Ching, the black belt. So, like you said, similar sort of games, very high pressure passing. Super excited for this matchup. This could be a final or a title fight on any given day. Straight into the arm drag there.
Desley trying for the outside trip but not getting it.
I think we're going to need a bigger mat apparently. These guys are taking up every inch of this.
We've got referee Bobby Karajanidis.
Yeah.
Second, third degree black belt.
I think he's second?
Third degree.
Yeah.
Highly experienced.
And also the thickest skin that we learned from the first event. There's not much that upsets Bobby. And just cool, calm and collected in there. He's got a wealth of experience and couldn't pick a better guy for this kind of matchup, you know, where it's going to be super technical, super intense.
Okay.
Desley's sitting down on the guard pool there.
Could you see that as a sign of like giving up on the wrestling, or is that a tactical move to...
And I was talking about this the other day, and I was lucky enough I got to go see some of these gyms and how the guys were training. East Rand BJJ doing a lot of wrestling now. They've got a full-time wrestling coach in there. They're having hard wrestling sessions like on a Friday, you know, so their wrestling's coming along. And you can see both these guys are super, super strong, you know, looking for those kind of underhooks, not getting them, looking for a butterfly position there with Desi, just like Ching super heavy on top.
I mean, you say that about East Rand. I know Renzo has a history of absorbing a lot of the Cape Town wrestlers into their team. Look at Peyton. I think there's another guy, I think his name's Tabo, who's a really good wrestler from out of there. You know, they just kind of end up at Renzo's, and obviously it benefits the rest of the team.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, in modern day, especially in Nogi, guys are seeking out wrestling, they're seeking out judo, they're seeking out all of these things to improve their game, you know.
I mean, definitely from like a general meta of the game that's been evolving lately is wrestling's become so much more significant. You're seeing guys pulling guard in order to wrestle up to get on top.
Sure. Interesting there.
You're seeing double legs to go to the back.
Desi tried to use the butterfly there to lift the hips and just seemed like he just couldn't get it up.
Okay, so Desley's got the sweep. He's on top. Now he's kind of where he wants to be. Brandon's got like a nice knee shield, but he is getting lifted towards the center, which is going to make it harder for him to defend.
Heavy head pressure here from Desi.
Yeah.
You can see Ching is not enjoying it. It's quite uncomfortable. He's trying to like clear that head. And this is what high-level jiu-jitsu looks like, man. It's inches now. Nobody wants to make a mistake.
And that head position is so important. You'll see it in UFC, like guys like John Jones when they're fence wrestling. are pinning their opponents against the fence of the head. And the fence and the floor is basically the same thing. In fact, you've got more gravity on your side here.
And Desley's favorite control position is actually he's listed as head pressure. So that's what we're seeing from there.
You could say he's hard-headed.
Yeah, I'd say he's hard-headed. If you know Guy Lazarus, you know he loves a pun. And these are two guys that have been training for so long. You know, Ching's been at it for about 15 odd years. I think Desi said he's been training jiu-jitsu since 2013, so that's going on like 9 years now. You know, just great experience, highly skilled guys. And like we said, it's two very similar styles. Both want to be on their top position. Interesting note on Brandon Newman, what he brought up when we were at the gym was, he mentioned it's no secret that he struggles with the nerves of competition. And I mean, he's competed all over. He's got medals in almost every kind of major sort of tournament that's come and gone in South Africa and abroad. He's really competed a lot, but the mental side of things really does, he struggles with it, and he's quite open about it, which is interesting.
So I just want to comment, Desley's, you know, he's finally managed to pass. He's got that arm pinned really nicely. Ooh.
Nice.
Might have made a mistake where he's trying to get to step over the mount, but he didn't secure the hips well because he's using that body lock passing.
It looks almost like he's going to try and set up that head and arm. He's going to try and isolate that arm.
Could be. Look, we definitely feel like he's going for the mount.
Yeah.
The mount. There we go. He's going for the guillotine.
So he's got it interesting, as you said, he's trying to get to that mount. His favorite position is S-mount armbar.
Exactly.
And that's where he's trying to be.
Okay. Now we've got a change in pace.
But again, when you're a strong guy, you're quite used to being in that position, you know. And it seems like Ching's keeping up with him strength for strength now.
He's got the leg over, but he.
Oh. And that knee was very uncomfortable for a while there. To the north-south now, and I think Desi's going to try to catch his breath a little bit, yeah.
I mean, he's doing a good job of like shutting Ching's hips down, shutting his shoulders down.
Good head control there from Desley. He's really getting that crossface, and he's really tight on it.
Yeah, he's at the same time he's got his shoulders and head pinned, but he's also got his hips pinned. Look.
Yeah. Good knee on belly there. And Brandon Newman taking some very deep breaths now. This matchup is very, very physical. Again, you've got two guys who have gone through reasonably fresh, and Desi will face Rhys, or Brandon Newman will face Rhys. Whoever goes through here is going to face a very fresh Rhys van der Merwe after a very physically intensive matchup, which is again interesting to note. And that's what's exciting about this 8-man matchup. That's the luck of the draw, you know. You've got to go back and get yourself ready.
Another element of this that not everyone to be aware of is the altitude concept, you know.
100%.
Newman, so it might not come into play so much in the first match, but the next match, okay, they're both from the coast, but
sure.
Let's just
Coming
say,
up to altitude is
as the matches go on, let's say Jordan makes it to the Dylan makes it to the final. He's used to the oxygen here.
100%.
The coastal boys, as it seems to be,
yeah,
you know, as it goes on, it's going to get harder and harder to compete.
That's a great point, Guy. It's definitely going to start to have a toll. I mean, we've seen guys like, I remember the Brazilians quite famously coming up for like training camps or whatever, and you can see them on the first few days, they're just completely gassed.
Yeah. So
it's hard to deal with.
It might even affect Desley here. Brandon might be able to. See, he's coming up on top now, but opted to stay down.
Just see the difference between the two guys here. Brandon kind of just accepted that he was going to stay seated, and Desi was initiated the scramble, made sure he got back on top, and that's where he wants to be.
That's where he wants to be.
Back to working for that mount position now. So good how he gets that crossface and that knee automatically across the hips.
Ooh,
and that's super uncomfortable.
That looks nasty.
Yeah, it looks horrible. That is, and it's not just the shin going across, he's actually driving that knee into Brandon Newman's belly. Look, I don't think Brandon Newman's ever going to tap from too much pressure, but it's definitely going to start to become uncomfortable.
In that case, I actually remember someone trying to pressure him at a match in Joburg, and the guy broke his rib on Brandon Newman.
That's why they call it the Beast Ram, eh? That's absolutely what it's all about. But Desi seems so comfortable in this position, you know, but you got to start to think now, you know, 2 minutes left, are we going to go to EBI? You don't want those extra time rounds. You want to get out of here. You want to get it done. You know, you got to think about another couple of fights you got to get through. So both guys thinking about getting through here. And Desley's heavy on that head pressure, trying to force a mount position there. Now he's going to that breakdown position.
He's got that breakdown, which means he's probably going to look for Das.
And that is super uncomfortable. He's going to start to drive that left elbow over the top of his head there. Knee up on it now. Yeah, and that is super uncomfortable.
Oh, Newman on top, but he looks quite spent.
He does, and Desley also kind of just accepted it there. It was like a reverse of what we saw now, where Desley was hell-bent on getting that top position, and now Desley, perhaps that altitude starting to kick in a little bit there.
Again, I asked the question, like, how much effort do you put in now for this last minute? Do you just avoid getting submitted, or do you actually just go all out for the Hail Mary, hoping to get it?
Oh, I think Ching has hurt his knee here. I think on that pass.
Taps.
I think he hurt himself as he went in there.
We'll have to see a replay to see what happens.
Yeah, I think as he jumped that guard, I think he injured himself. He does have a bit of a knee problem he's been dealing with. So I think he kind of just unfortunately. And hats off to both these guys, man. Putting it all out there.
You know what? Shout out to the crowd tonight. They really have a good understanding of what's going on, appreciating some of the more subtle things that are happening.
Great point. And Desley looking very, very tired there. He's got a bit to deal with. Hopefully Brandon Newman's knee is fine there, man. As it looked as he tried to kind of jump into that guard pass, it looked like he had hurt himself. And that brings an end to the first round of the 8-man. And very interesting. Two guys very fresh. Two guys having to go through quite a bit of fire to get through.
Three
so
coastal guys,
super interesting.
One Joe Burger.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Coastal guys having to deal with a bit of altitude shortly. Let's see. Desley definitely looked super tired after that one. I mean, physical matchup, when you've got someone that's matching you physically for every move you take, you know, you're probably used to being the stronger guy, and now you're dealing with a guy who's matching you strength for strength. That gets tiring. Holding on to those kind of strength-based positions, you know, you're definitely going to get a bit of lactic into the muscles. So
yeah, his team's gonna have to like rub him out.
Yeah.
Get him relaxed.
But they've got a decent break, and that's why we wanted to try and set it up, you know, that we're going to see exciting all the way through. But you think about for Desley and for Dylan now, the next rounds are imperative, and it's only going to get harder. So you're not only got to deal with tough opponents, you've got to deal with, you know, kind of survival now for your gas tank, how well you recover. Recovering is everything now. Now you've got to go back in the back and really recover.
Both recovery, but also not cooling down.
Sure.
Like, how long are the breaks? Do we have an hour?
Yeah,
2 hours?
It's a long reach from here.
Like an hour is quite a lot. Like a half an hour, 20 minutes would probably be fine for the average competitor. An hour is quite long to wait. Your body's going to cool down, and then you have to reactivate, which we're not used to. When we're training, you know, you train for your hour or however long your session is, and then you cool down. That's
a great point, Guy, actually. Like, you've got to cool down, but not too far. You've got to kind of like keep the blood moving.
You know,
you got to hit the old Lance Armstrong, get on the bike, and maybe, I'm saying without the EPO. I'm not saying I hope no one's doing EPO in the back there. I'm just trying to say that you know, you got to go sit on the bike and keep that heart rate moving with no EPO, just to clear that up.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
And we're back. My compatriot Big Al is not in the hot seat at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience as we sanitize the mats. All COVID protocols are being adhered to for the safety of our competitors. Just a quick thank you to the incredible brands and companies that make this event possible. CMH Group for their continued support and Submission Kings, CMH Ford, Pinetown, Kawasaki, and simcarshop.co.za, Rooftop 420, Blue Sky Sourcing, Alexander Caruth, Bud Integration Systems, RBG Studios, Green Machine, MMA News Uncaged.com, Gasoline Denim Co., as well as our amazing venue and production team, Take Note Technologies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the action continues right here at Submission Kings Winner Takes All. Next match is a 10-minute featherweight submission-only fight. Out of the blue corner, put your hands together. Proudly representing Team Quan Vessels, please welcome Rourke Buffet. His opponents in the green corner, representing the red shield of Gracie Barra Ilovo, please welcome Brett Evans.
So if you've ever watched the Big Al podcast, you will know that Rourke Buffet is the famous former producer.
So the interesting thing is, they used to be part of the same gym. I think Rourke was like a teen white belt.
Kid,
Brett was like a purple belt, obviously an adult already, and used to obviously bully them, just sort of size and ability. Does the student become the master?
We shall see. And this is a fight that Rourke really wanted. They had asked me, please get me on the card. If someone like Brett Evans is available, and Rourke will really back himself. But he's also got a lot of pressure. There's a lot of expectation on Rourke to really get this done for his team and for himself. It's quite personal, if I'm honest. I think for Rourke,
he might not show it, but he is an emotional being, and
100%.
You'll see it when it comes out after the fight, if he wins or loses. So at the
he's
moment, we've got
working
Rourke
hard
looking
on that guillotine.
for that guillotine, but not so much for the guillotine itself, I think, but to get up. Although he could be looking for the ninja
He's got a nice
now.
chin strap on there. Both on a deep chin strap there, in fact.
So Rourke's looking for his ninja choke. He catches me with this all the time. He uses it to get up. Okay, so he's just got his position, that's fine.
And we've got to say here, Brett Evans is a long-time black belt. He's very, 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 very well experienced.
Rourke's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, he was in on a leg.
Just as they got stopped.
See if Bobby will give him back that position.
Okay. So obviously Rourke's quite the leg locker. I don't know much about Brett from that aspect.
Yeah, and he's in on the leg as you're saying that.
He's looking for the hook. There we are. He's got the connection. He's extending. Oh, he's lost the grip, but he can go again. Brett managing to control his posture, close the gap so he can't get the extension.
I think all of the experience here from Brett. I don't think it was. I think Rourke had technically done very well there, but you know, Brett didn't panic. He stayed calm, did what he had to do, and that's the difference when you got that much mat time. You know, as a black belt, you understand these situations and you're calm about it. Interesting, Brett's trying to still be quite like jovial and like talk to Rourke, and Rourke's having none of it.
He's none of it. He just wants to
let's
fight.
roll, bro.
You can hear Rourke's corner, his brother-in-law Warren King, he's a brown belt, shouting instructions. Rourke going again, rolling to the other leg, but he lost the connection. He's up onto the, now he's up onto the guillotine, looking for that ninja choke guillotine again, one of his signature moves.
Yeah, chin strap, lost the chin strap. And this is not really where Rourke wants to be. You could hear his corner instructing him, get on top, stay on top. That's where he wants to win the fight. But he's got a lot of time here still to work, you know, and he seems comfortable. He's settling into the fight. Both guys are settling in quite nicely here. I'm interested to see how the strength holds up here, you know. Rourke's a guy who doesn't get tired easily.
And Rourke's, you know, he's usually about 65 kilos, give or take. I don't know, what does Brett usually walk around at? He weighed in at, they both weighed in at 68.
Yeah, which is a bit heavy for both guys, to be honest. Obviously post Christmas, and it is Shabbos after all, eh, boy.
It is Shabbos. Oh, there we are. Rourke going for the mounted
deep. That is super deep.
I want to see Rourke get a mount. Yeah, he's got the mount anyway. He's got his control. He can catch his breath, even though he doesn't have the control.
Yeah. Some great cornering there from Warren.
Okay, so Rourke's going to try and move up to high mount here. He's going to control that arm, get under it, and then get a, what we call a gift wrap. There we go. He's looking for the back control now. It's kind of, doesn't have a gift wrap. Brett doing a good job of getting under the legs and getting to the back. And now Brett looking for his own leg lock. Rourke countering.
You can see Rourke. It was almost like a panic the way Rourke reacted then. Straight back onto the leg. That's
going for a straight ankle lock.
great,
He's
great
going
work.
to the X on the far leg with the belly down. Brett seems fine though. He doesn't seems to have a free knee.
Again, just that experience here from Brett. He's just super calm and collected and comfortable, you know, which is what you get when you're dealing with the black belt. You know, they're used to these positions. Rourke's going to have to really be technically on top here to kind of get one of those submissions to stick, I think.
Okay, this is the first time we've really seen Brett in ascendancy.
Sure. Yeah, it's been one-way traffic till now.
What he does from here.
And just on, you know, Brett looks quite heavy. He looks a little bit thicker, if I'm honest, and he looks quite comfortable.
He's also, you know, he's 30-something, I think. You know, your muscle fibers, your physicality is just more developed.
Are you saying he has the belly strength?
Yeah, the belly, or old man strength for those that don't speak Afrikaans.
Oh, what a transition, Rourke.
Rourke straight
that was
into
beautiful.
That outside heel hook. He's going belly down.
Oh, that is getting nice and deep right in front of us here.
Extend those hips.
Extend the hips.
Get the tap. Rourke with the win.
That is massive.
You see, I told you the emotion from Rourke. One of the organizers, Justin Farage, just shouted 2020s to me. That I think it's 2,000 rand.
Yeah, he's giving him a bit of bucks, and that's massive. Again, it's a purple belt taking on a black belt. Young versus old, massive performance by my boy. Obviously, I have to be super stoked for my boy Rourke. He's a good friend of mine, so I'm allowed to say it.
Am I allowed to admit that he's a training partner?
Yes, you're allowed. You know, that's the thing. We do have to train.
I'm not unfortunately, very fortunately, you know, like I've been in the trenches, so I'm feeling a lot of joy.
Yeah, no, me
seeing
too, man.
him accomplish
Rourke
this.
is such a good kid, you know. It's a personal thing for me to see him excel. He's a good friend. You know, we gave him a very hard matchup in a black belt who's super well experienced. You know, the odds were against him to win this. And it's a fight that he wanted, and he's done amazingly.
He's excelled.
100%. Great performance there.
Sure, my nose on shock after that one.
Heart rate is flying.
Woo! Next fight though, guys. Next
I'm
fight.
sorry you guys keep getting this angle of the bald head here.
There's 2 bald heads. I apologize.
Yeah. What can we do? Thinning hairlines.
Next up we've got combat jiu-jitsu. We've got 2 former EFC athletes.
Well, former Wade Henderson's just signed a last-minute fight to get back to the
that was
UFC.
announced today. You know what I actually heard? I spoke to him earlier. Straight after the weigh-in, he went to like a countdown type shoot with them, and they were having him do like deadlift and do all these extreme exercises. So I wonder if that's going to play a factor into this match.
Great
he
work,
really
EFC.
Rested. He's had
thanks for ruining him physically. Yeah, but interesting. These guys have faced each other in the UFC a long time ago. Jason Calverwell won in a 3rd round KO. So super interesting. Now they're going to rematch and on a combat stage. So just to explain what will happen in the combat jiu-jitsu, it's open hand strikes, but it can only be allowed once somebody's grounded. You know, you can't just stand and slap each other. It's not kind of how it works.
What is the definition of a slap, since we got the camera on us?
Have we? Okay, so you look at me and I'll slap you.
So I'm allowed to use the palm? I'm allowed to use the butts of my hands?
Yeah, it's got to be open hand, yeah.
So I'm actually allowed to like hit someone like that as well. It's an open hand.
Tiger claw?
Yeah.
Which camera are we? The good old tiger claw? As long as your hand is open, obviously no closed fists is the key.
I'm still pushing you to call these PK fights.
PK fights.
We are in South Africa.
The PK series, eh?
Yeah.
Justin, PK series?
That's exactly what it is. PK Kings.
PK series from here.
CRT was here, the PK.
Yeah. The PK series coming at you. So yeah, this is what we want to check out. We want to test the waters, you know, get a bit of combat jiu-jitsu in the mix and just see how it goes. And obviously the easiest way to do that is to get MMA veterans and MMA-minded people to try their hands. Obviously it makes openings, you know, in stale positions. If you're sitting somewhere and you catch a warm one around the ear.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience. The next matchup is another first for the Submission King stage, an exhibition combat jiu-jitsu matchup between 2 former EFC opponents. The match allows for opened hand palm strikes to the body and the face once a fighter is considered grounded. If there's no grounding after a minute, the referee will ground the opponents. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the blue corner from Durban, representing Forge MMA. Please welcome Jason JMC Calverwell. His opponent is a South African MMA legend with a wealth of experience. Out of the green corner, he represents Apex. Please welcome Wade Wendo Henderson.
Jason wearing one of the white Submission Kings rashes. You can buy them from there. Well, I guess you're gonna have to DM them. They're on sale at the front door for those that are in attendance.
I don't know if anyone's going to come from home to the front door, to be honest, but
I'm sure they can DM
we can
you
try.
on
We can
Instagram
try.
or something. And
yeah, you can definitely DM us.
I mean, both these guys have been around fighting mixed martial arts since, you know, the old school days when it was in the backyard in a tent in Durban somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they're both very hardened veterans. What's interesting, I know, you know, Wade Henderson likes a little leg lock, but if he doesn't get it on, that could be highly detrimental in this context.
100%. That's the risk of combat jiu-jitsu. And I mean, Wade's got to think about a fight that he's just signed as well, which has changed everything for him. But I think technically you'd have to think that Wade is a slightly more technical grappler, also sporting a black eye there, which is, he's arrived here with a black eye, which is interesting. A lot of support for Wade in the Crusaders Archer supporting their man. It'll be interesting to see how these guys approach. I mean, you've got a minute of wrestling, and if it's not on the ground, the referee's going to seat you to force the action, which is super interesting.
How does that work? Does one person go on top? Do they just
Yeah, so
sit in
there we go, straight into the single, and now it's on.
There's the slaps
now it's on.
through.
So yeah, it's a coin toss, and Bobby's going to give them a choice of position, and it's either top butterflies with 2 underhooks, or bottom butterflies with 2 underhooks. So the guys got the choice whoever wins that coin toss. And just a note, obviously Jason's come up from Durban, and it was on pretty short notice. We lost Warren Ellison, and a superstar for taking a matchup like this, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Jumping guard.
Jumping to an armbar.
And quite interesting, as soon as it hits the deck, both guys are quite keen to get their hands on them.
So that's the thing, like in traditional jiu-jitsu, like it can be an advantage to pull guard, but yeah, there's a lot more risk.
Yeah.
It's harder to generate
And open up
physicality with the slap.
and open up positions, you know. Like you want to move from getting a bit of a slap. And this is what we want to see, you know, the guys effective is ground and pound, you know. How effective can your ground and pound be from positions? And now Jason's automatically trying to like wrap up some arms and take less punishment, you know.
Can we get a TKO in slap?
You can 100% get a TKO.
How does that work?
You take too many slaps, and
the ref makes the decision.
100%.
Obviously, you can go unconscious if that happens.
Yeah, you can.
But there is a point where the ref will step in and say, like, you're taking too much damage.
And it's interesting now, because like now you're kind of like, because they know they can throw slaps, Jason, it seemed like, I feel like he's just throwing them just because he can, you know, there's nothing really effective
Finally,
there.
this is what I've been waiting for my whole life.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, looking for the try.
Heavy onto that. Actually heard the hand. Okay. So long as someone is grounded, the strikes are allowed. So now they've got to engage again. Both guys having a good time out there. Look, 3 slaps and I'm done, dude. I don't want to be in there anymore.
I'm not taking one.
I'd give myself 3 and then I'm out of there.
It really does change the game. So I like to join the guys on a Monday morning for the MMA wrestling class. I know you did your first on this
It gets a
week
bit
with
dirty.
us.
It
really
bit dirty.
changes your jiu-jitsu.
It does.
You
You
know,
got to think about things clearly.
You know, like suddenly holding onto a dude to minimize damage becomes like a viable option. You're trying to just inverse underneath him.
And straight onto the neck there. This is what we want to see, like get a good position before you start throwing anything, you know. Oh, and Wade's on that arm.
Wade's on the arm, but
Great transition
the elbow is
there.
actually clear, it's fine. So he might be looking for that
Rising-
Tariqa Plata thing. Oh!
And we're working on that triangle.
He's got the triangle in now.
And this is smart from Wade. Really.
Good work from Wade. Oh, that is not pretty. You can hear the slaps from here.
Yeah. Wade in a great position here now. But Jason's still fighting hard. Tightening up there.
Gets the
There we
tap. Wade with the mounted
Yes, man.
triangle for the submission win.
What a great performance there by those guys.
He runs over to his opponent's corner and his friends.
He left one hanging with a high five there. That's unfortunate. Great fight, and honestly, like really smart work there from Wade. Stick to the jiu-jitsu, get the position, and really finish it. And that makes it.
Representing Apex Trim. And you hear the guys going crazy for him behind.
And that makes it 1-1. Guess we're gonna have to do a trilogy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's 1-0 in MMA for Jason Calverwell and 1-0 for Wade Henderson in combat jiu-jitsu.
But the combat jiu-jitsu is nice for if there's jiu-jitsu guys who want to feel what it's like to be in an
100%.
MMA fight to see if that's what they want to do. It's a good way to tip their toes in, to get a feel for that, like getting hits and what is effective in jiu-jitsu in that context and what isn't.
And like we're saying, it makes you think about things. You know, you've got to kind of like you said, if you jump on a leg, you open yourself up for punishment. You know, if you accept like a half guard, bottom half guard position, you open yourself up for punishment. So it really just creates different openings. You know, like you've really got to think about your positions and your strategies and how you're going to go into things. And well, that's the first combat jiu-jitsu for Submission Kings.
For South Africa.
Yeah, please for South Africa. Oh, there we go.
History made.
So please let us know your thoughts, what you felt about that, and
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
But, I mean, next we've got the All Ladies Quintet.
Oh, we're at the quintet already. We are.
According to your
Yeah,
fight
well
list
then
over
we
here,
must
you're at
we
the
must
quintet.
be. We must be.
I'm heavily invested in this. Personally, I've been part of the Blue Corners, training for most of the girls, just purely because of size and styles. I know a few of the girls from the other team, and they're all of them are highly game competitors.
Yeah, so the thought behind this was obviously we enjoyed the franchise, we enjoyed the quintet style, and also to showcase enough of ladies jiu-jitsu in one shot. Not having to like really take a lot of time to build people up and like, let's display 10 really skilled ladies in one shot and see how it works out from there. These are, I mean, Bunmi Aljawale, if you don't know who she is, she fought in the EFC. She's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. She
came second at World Champs in purple. Second or third, I can't remember the exact.
She's super high level. We're going to jump up to our heavyweight king. We try to get a fight on for him, a title fight against Zakir Badat. Unfortunately, injured his finger. We're really working hard to get this man a title fight.
We're waiting for Sis to take us live for an interview.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with me I have Submission Kings royalty. Johan Oosthuizen, unfortunately missing through injury. I think royalty is fair. You were in the winning quintet last time out. Dricus du Plessis was one of your victims. But what have you made tonight?
It's an awesome event. It's really cool to see the sport being promoted in this way, and big ups to Big Al and the guys there. They're doing a great job here.
Johan, tell us about that manly injury of yours that you were showing me earlier. Sorry, I don't mean to make light, but how far along are you with the rehab, and when can we see you back in action?
So it's another like 3.5 weeks. It is an annoying little injury. Never pass a rugby ball around. But yeah, keen to get back in probably, I think it's around April, eh? Yeah.
In terms of the sport, I mean, there's so many talented athletes here. We've got the first full Submission Kings. It's obviously all for a good cause. What's it like being part of something that has taken a sport with this incredible community to the next level?
It's really cool. It's really cool. It's cool to see the sport evolving in South Africa and growing. It's great to be a part of it.
Last one, the quintet is such an exciting format. What makes it exciting for you?
Yes, I don't know. I think it changes the game a bit. You know, if you have one guy that cleans out two people, and then it changes the game. So it's quite interesting the different tactics that the guys go in with.
Johan, thanks for your time. Good luck, and we can't wait to see you back on the mat here at Submission Kings. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. The action will continue. We'll have a 10-minute interval, so get some refreshments, buy some merch, and we'll see you after this.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
The CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get our winner-takes-all competitors back. It's semi-final round. From here, we will have two finalists looking to become the Submission Kings welterweight champion, as well as claim the 10,000 Rand first prize. In the blue corner, please welcome back Jordan Leclos. His opponent in the green corner, please welcome back to the mat Dylan Carrera Miguel.
Here we go. We got.
They're not booing, they're saying zoo. That's.
So if you, for those that can't hear outside the back, some of the members are going zoo. What does that mean?
It's I don't actually know the whole details, but it's what they call Dylan. I guess it's got something to do with the gorilla he's wearing. So straight off the bat, interesting note is Jordan had a super quick one, got the job done really quick. Dylan had an absolute war. He's had to go out and recover and come back and deal with, if we can call it, his arch nemesis, I guess. These are two guys that competitively know each other so well, and both of them know how to win and how to lose against each other. So this is going to be very, very, very interesting.
They might as well be teammates the amount of times they fought each other.
Yeah, they might as well. I think they've probably fought each other more than some teammates, to be honest.
And I know Dylan goes down to Renzo's quite a bit, so I wonder if they actually do train together when they're there.
They definitely do, I'm sure.
Okay, Dylan going for his inverse De La Riva game now.
And such a great matchup. These are. It's unfortunate that they've ended up on the same
Dylan
side,
deep on
straight
the
onto
knee.
that leg.
Doesn't have a good grip on the leg though, on the foot though.
Jordan just seems super comfortable, man. He's just a guy who loves to compete. He's so cool, calm, and collected in there, and he really looks the part, you know. And he's nice and fresh after a quick first round wins.
So for those sitting at home that don't know, Jordan is the younger brother of Olympic gold medalist Chad Leclos.
Correct.
And you do wonder, like, besides for the genetics of like elite athletes, you know, temperament and big BMT, how does that?
His dad, Uncle Bert, is in the crowd over here, walked past now with some of the most impressive calves you'll ever see. So there's definitely some athletic genes running through the boys, let me tell you. And it's fun to watch Uncle Bert sitting across, really keeping a close eye on his son, and he's at every competition. He's watching, supporting, encouraging, and it's really cool to see. Oh,
okay, so Dylan's got a connection on the Kimura, but Jordan's hiding the arm quite well underneath him.
And you can
he needs to break that connection somehow.
And you can see Dylan taking a big breath there when he had a chance.
But at the same time, Jordan's eliminating Dylan's lever by, you see how he's controlling that leg, so he's getting his arm. He's getting that control,
great.
but Jordan's...
Like a foot tap there, like a little tap to the armpit. Great scramble there by these two guys. And again, these guys were initially the only two purple belts You asked Jordan, you know, like what is it like being a purple belt? And he had an interesting take on it. He's like, at this level, belts mean nothing. We're just no-gi competitors, and I think that's such a great look at it.
Dylan's quite tight on that guillotine.
He loves this position
but
so much.
He needs to step over to the mount. Always.
So I was watching Dylan in his rounds earlier in the week, and this is a position he ends up in a lot. North-south, he likes to control there. He uses that almost to like get up and really take a control.
He does list the north-south as his favorite position.
Choke, sure. Was that a choke or his control position?
No, it was a submission.
But again, both of these guys have spent so much time on a competition match with each other. They know how to beat each other, which makes it so interesting. And just to not to count out anybody out, but Jordan going forward has a possibility of facing his teammate, which he'll know super well. And then from here, if Dylan goes through, it's kind of into a relatively unknown. And again, you got to be thinking about the next fight here. You know, like how hard do you go here to
like. Do you worry about the next fight? You have to finish. You have to fight what's in front of you first. You know.
I think your mindset's got to be one fight at a time. You know, you've got to go out and give it your best and give yourself the best chance to get into the final. You know, and then kind of figure it out.
And hope you've got something left for the finals.
Oh, Jordan.
But I mean, you guys as organizers have allowed them enough recovery time. Now that shouldn't actually be a big issue.
Yeah, but you can see Dylan wearing it. He's taking big breaths. Every chance he gets, every time there's a bit of a gap, he'll take a big breath.
Ooh,
Jordan really
that's
on that
deep.
knee now.
That's deep.
Thanks, Jim.
Interesting. Jordan switched from the knee bar. He knew he couldn't extend it, so he's tried to switch to the heel hook. But Dylan was good enough to escape out of it. Okay, the game's changing a little bit now. You can see they're laughing at each other, smiling while they're playing.
And again, two great guys, man. Oh, Dylan working on that leg.
Oh,
you can see a big reaction from Jordan there.
Jordan was able to clear the knee line again, but now he's counter-attacking. He managed to weave his legs back in there. Now he's got a nice clamp down on the leg and the hook, but just not good enough.
And interesting from both corners. We're not getting much from both corners. It's kind of like they've just accepted that they'll figure it out. They know each other. They know their game, and just kind of let them do. As I say that, Johan's now barking instructions.
Dylan looking for the back here, while Jordan trying to come over into the leg lock again. Looking for that heel hook. He's got both legs controlled, but the knee lines, it's not clear, but it's. He should be able to get his leg out of there. Yeah, there's the knee line popped, so it's fine.
Great moment there by Kirk Bloomer. Really rode it out to the edge of the mat there. Well done, Kirk.
Shout out to Kirk Bloomer. He's been supportive of all martial arts, you know, reffing in Muay Thai, jiu-jitsu. He's really been involved in the industry as a lifetime martial artist.
100%. What a champion. And like great experience there to let them understand the situation of Dylan having to roll out of that position and giving him every chance.
Yeah, so it seems like Dylan's gone back to his Kimura trap sequences. And Jordan's wrestling starting to come through.
Oh. Four minutes on the clock. And the further it goes.
Sure.
Great pressure passing here by Dylan. Looking for that berimbolo almost, even back take.
That's hard because he didn't really have control of the other leg. Jordan's, you know, he got a hold of something there to stop the bolo. But neither of them really getting control of the hips or the leg and the knee line to actually complete it. But this is deep. This is tight and deep.
Oh, he thought about
Dylan was thinking about it.
He thought about the tap.
He seems to be getting out.
And he broke
Good
free there.
escape by Dylan.
Great escape.
But that was close. He was thinking about it. Now he launches his own attack.
Yeah, and again a lot of heart by Dylan Miguel there. He had to really consider his knee going through there, so big ups. He's shown so much heart today already, man. It's just, and I, you can't really see how that looked when he turned. It looked super deep.
Still got 3 minutes.
And it takes a moment to catch his breath. Great sportsmanship by these two guys. Stop and little slap and bump.
It's a great thing we get to see in jiu-jitsu a lot more.
Man. It reminds me, Brandon Newman said something and he was like, you can ask all 8 of the guys.
Oh, they're on top. He's got the arm and guillotine potential. He just needs to he just needs to get that elbow, but he's opting to look for the Kimuras. It's a preference of his.
I think he maybe feels like he's got a bit of a strength advantage, and if he can isolate an arm, that's where his best chance is going to be.
Maybe. He's got the guillotine. He just needs to get that mount now.
He's working towards it.
He just can't get to that last, secure position.
It's just high-level 50-50s happening here at the moment. Both guys just looking for those opportunities. And again, if you're Dylan, you're thinking, do we go 2 minutes and then into extra time, and then you got to think about proceeding from here on. It's starting to get worrisome for your cardio. How much time? Oh, great inversion there by
slick
Dylan.
work from Dylan. But again, he's just not managing to secure the knee line. And for those that don't understand, in order to get a submission, you need to control the joint above it. So if you're going for the foot, you need to control the knee. If you're going for the knee, you need to control the hip. And that's why the knee line in the leg lock positions is so vital.
Great awareness here by Jordan to realize that there was nothing really on there. Disengage and reset.
We've got 1 minute 20 left. And this is to get into the finals. And 10 grand's a lot of money. Like in jiu-jitsu in South Africa, it's probably the first or second time that there's actually been money.
You're talking about two guys who desperately want to beat each other just for the bragging rights more than anything. So they're really going to go for it now, with a minute left on. Jordan still looks really fresh, though. I must say, he looks super fresh. He's nice and calm in there, no massive movements. He's not scrambling too hard, which is his kind of style,
Yeah.
Even the way he gets up onto that knee there, everything's very smooth and calm.
It's very fluid. They're both very fluid. Dylan's obviously taking a little bit more strain, considering that he had a whole other big fight against.
And they get onto the leg there. Again, great awareness from referee Kirk there. I think these guys are going to start getting tired of crawling back to the middle.
It's a cardio experience for them. It's like kids' class when you tell them to do bear crawls.
If this goes to extra time, it's going to get super interesting.
20 seconds left.
Definitely starting to see pace fading here from Dylan.
Yeah, it's super quiet in here.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how tense this is. 10 seconds going for the toe hold. One time. Ooh. We're going into overtime, baby.
Here we go. Now things are going to get interesting. And this is where it gets a bit dicey. Everything goes to a coin toss now. Go. Thank you. Jordan. What's a minute?
Yeah. Well,
okay, both guys just gathering themselves in their corners, giving them a bit of an opportunity now. Coin toss to decide who goes where. Jordan's giving Dylan the right to choose what he wants. And you can see Dylan breathing heavily. This is the thing, like, I think both guys are so respectful of each other. They can't quite decide who goes first, and you can see Johan's not happy with that decision.
They're almost too nice.
Yeah. Dill kind of gave up his back there. Johan's not happy about it. I think Dill had the opportunity there to take the back position.
Check, Dylan's toes are ready to pounce.
Yeah, and he's going to have to use a lot of energy to get out of here.
See, does that still count as a back position? Obviously it does because the ref's still going.
It's okay, it's okay.
Jordan's back retention coming along very well.
Timer got a little bit stuck there.
This is intense. One minute left. This is the longest overtime we've seen tonight so far. Obviously, it's only the second one. It just goes to show like how evenly matched these guys are.
Yeah, it's insane, man. And it's obviously a ticket to the final here, so everything to play for. So if Jordan can hold on for the next 40 seconds, yeah, it's going to be... He's escaped.
I think I saw 38 seconds left on the clock there.
I do feel that Dylan's going to have to find a submission here because he's going to be spent. Super interesting stuff.
Super tense. This crowd is very alive.
Genie. So Jordan's got 42 seconds to get out of here because the timer was a little bit behind. So Dylan, 42 seconds was the official time.
42 seconds left or 42 seconds total? 1 minute 42.
Okay, and now Dylan's going to have to dig deep here.
It's got good control.
Yeah, good control. Using that hip lock position.
The question is, does he go for the submission or does he just try to keep control?
Oh, and he's out.
Jordan's out.
That's
he
it.
wins. You can see the anguish in Dylan's face, but he's also like, it was a good fight.
Great escape there by Jordan.
There's no losers in this fight.
Yeah, it should go extra time. Yeah, it's right. There should be a third round. Just Jordan won on a time difference there, which is a bit of confusion about the 3 rounds. But
it was exceptional back
faster,
retention from Jordan.
It's great stuff.
Okay, guys, moving on. We've got Rhys van der Merwe versus Desley Faithful. These two guys have also been competing against each other for quite a while. I know they fought each other at AJP Gi and No Gi in Cape Town in November last year, if I'm correct. I believe Rhys won those fights, but they're both, you know, they both can win a fight at any moment.
Stylistically, it's so interesting for me. You've got a guy who's obviously going to look for heavy top pressure. Rhys is so technical, man. And like I said earlier, that armbar we'll never forget in the Quintet, how he dealt with a bigger opponent. Obviously a physically bigger, stronger guy. And Rhys is really, really good at finding submissions at, you know, almost like the death moments, if you want to put it that way. Massive matchup. Could also be a final or a title fight on any given day. Two completely different styles. I think you can see Chris Bright starting to get a little bit more nervous than normal. He's not. He's a very calm, collected guy, but this is a big one, and he knows it. Yep. This is a very hard fight for both guys. And again, Rhys is fresh. We're going to see how Desley's recovered after the first fight. He had a hard one, so it's going to be very, very interesting.
Now that you mention it, he does look a little agitated, which is not a thing I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, he's definitely starting to make slightly bigger movements and look around and trying to figure a few things out. So it's going to be interesting. And then from here, we're heading into the big middleweight fight. Christian Kemp versus Kamzat Pritchard, which is exciting for me. You know, these are two guys, and I had a chat with Chris. He was a bit upset that he wasn't in the original 8-man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. That was absolutely fantastic. The skill level has been incredible here tonight at Submission Kings. Time for our next semi-final. In the blue corner, please welcome Rhys van der Merwe. His opponent in the green corner, Desley Faithful.
Here we go.
You got Pesver versus Henzo Gracie Cape Town.
PE versus Cape Town. Super interesting. So they know their opponent is Jordan Leclos. Now we're going to figure out who goes from here. The mighty Bobby Carriganides. Let's go. So straight away we want to see who. I mean, if you're Desi, if you feel maybe you're a little bit stronger, you want to get heavy on that head and start weighing straight into that top position again.
Look, I do imagine Desley's going to employ much of a similar tactic.
100%. I had a chat with Brandon Newman just in the break. Excuse me. And he was talking about this control position and how tight it is and how much pressure. Rhys doing a great job of like trying to keep those hips elevated into the half guard.
What Rhys is doing really well, though, he's keeping his frames in between. He's not allowing that famous like Renzo floating knee passes.
Great hip elevation there.
You know, he's employing some good butterflies and frames with his legs. The question that comes into, like, what's he going to attack there? He's looking for a shoulder lock over there.
Shoulder lock or more like just like a control kind of position to start looking for a sweep.
It's kind of how he set up against Tal, where he went shoulder lock into a rolling armbar.
Jordan
he's immediately elevating the ankle so that even if he does slice, he's still underneath the hips and he can look for a sweep afterwards.
And Desley's actually looks like he's straight back to that knee.
Desley's...
And watch what he does here. This is what we were talking about. He goes shin across the belly and then he starts to drive the knee into the belly. And and then the head... now looking for that head and arm a little bit. Great shoulder control there by Rhys.
Yeah, Rhys.
And now he's
going wondering if he's pendulum for like the armbar triangle, but he's given up on that plan now. Going back to the butterfly guard.
And both guys seem pretty comfortable. But already you're seeing Rhys looks fresh. He looks comfortable. You can see Desley's he's had a few sweat beads already tonight. So he's got to manage his energy now, you know. Also, both guys with a final in mind and they know what they're dealing with. So in the back of their minds, they've got to see how they pace themselves here.
I mean, Jordan obviously had a hard fight now.
But he looks, I mean, he's cruising around here. He looks pretty fresh. And now Desley slowly starting to work that head pressure. And this is his game. Strong head pressure, makes it really uncomfortable. And I think that's a good tactic there from Rhys. Make it a bit dirty. Yeah. That head pressure is pretty dirty, you know, like get your hands on there. And
what's interesting is what Rhys isn't allowing. he's not letting Desley's head actually get under his chin. He's always making sure the head's just low enough so the pressure's not as intense as what was happening against Brandon. See there, as soon as that happens, he's pinned. That sucks. But he seems to be fighting it off pretty well, which keeps forcing Desley to reset. And then as soon as he kind of postures up, you see Rhys is looking for that guillotine, that snap-down guillotine.
Starting to hear some heavy breathing coming from across the mat. I think it's Desley.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to put on as much pressure as possible now. Maybe that air is starting to get a little bit thin up top.
For those guys wondering at home, the goals will be on after this fight.
Yeah, the goals are going to be exciting. The quintet style setup. There's some heavy, heavy cross-face pressure here from Desley Faithful.
See, he's got that now. He's got that nice. He's got that arm pinned with the legs. He's switching his leg to.
And he's been working for this position most of the night. This is where he's happy, you know. But like at some point, he's got to start converting that pressure into a more dominant position. I mean, he's got good control here, but there's no real, like, besides being incredibly uncomfortable, there's no real threat to losing here. There's no submission threats or anything coming, you know.
Yeah. So you know, you go IBJJF, you go ADCC, you go AJP, regardless of gi or no gi, you know, you can win with points and position. That doesn't, while position does translate to submissions, you still actually have to get the submission.
And again, like the longer you're out there, you've still got to go through to another round here.
Yeah,
you know,
the harder it is. And then, as you said, a whole other fight afterwards.
Trapping that arm now on the far side with his head. He's so good with that head pressure.
Very nice, like leg pummeling from Desley.
Oh, and he's giving up his back.
Unfortunately, Rhys kind of giving up his back there. But Desley struggling to get his control hooks in. I mean, look, Rhys is no stranger to this kind of position. He was in it a few times, I think, against Tal. And then he managed to turn it around.
And still a lot of time here. We're only reaching the halfway point now. I feel like these guys have done so much already for 5 minutes. So they're still going to survive another 5 here. And he's out. And that's what we were saying. Rhys is so good at this. He doesn't panic.
I guess he's just so used to having Chris Bright and Johan on top of him.
Yeah. And Chris Bright. Chris Bright's not the lightweight he used to be.
Yeah.
He's definitely,
and other guys like Sindile and Shorty, you know,
sure.
they're all top-heavy MMA players. So that kind of pressure is what he's used to defending against.
And also, like, MMA guys tend to be like heavily quick on a submission. They've got that killer instinct, so he knows he can't make mistakes. And just a great gym down there in PE, man. The guys, they obviously he was here not so long ago, and they won the quintet. He was instrumental in that. I think they blew the socks off of everybody. You know, they were super slick, they were super technical, and that's what Chris Bright brings, man. It's a great setup down there.
Strategy, you know, they used a fresh, strong white belt to eliminate a higher level, heavier dude. And then
definitely starting to see the effects of a lot of grappling now. Both guys getting heavier breaths by the minute. And now Rhys has got a chance to be on top and put a bit of pressure on Desley.
Yeah, it was an interesting grip he was going for with the crossface. Okay, he's looking for the body lock passing now, but he's just disengaged. Desley doing a good job of framing between and not allowing him to solidify the position.
Rhys was almost looking, I don't know if he was looking to his corner or to Bobby. I don't know why he wasn't happy with something there.
No, I think it was to his corner.
Oh,
slick work to get to the mount.
You almost thought about Ezekiel there for a second, it looked like.
So what Rhys is trying to do now is trying to push that hand down to flats. Not so much for the submission. Oh, he is looking for that Ezekiel. I guess more energy efficient without giving up the position.
Risky. And the interesting thing here, like Rhys is one of the lighter guys here on this roster, you know, against a strong guy like Desley. It's very interesting how that's going to work out. I mean, he's in a dominant position here. He's got to think about how he does things now.
So now he's going again. He's trying to. So he keeps going.
Ezekiel again.
So he keeps circling between the same 3 things. He goes Ezekiel so that Desley defends high, which opens up the elbow. So then he can try and get a gift wrap position, which allows either an arm triangle or the back. So it's really smart from Rhys to just keep cycling through there. But now he's same pass to the top, but this time he sets up the triangle.
That was insane.
That was slick.
And still working on that triangle. It's
And he's
getting
got the
quite
arm.
deep here now.
Gets
Oh,
the
he
tap.
does!
Beautiful
Rhys
jiu-jitsu
van der
from both.
Merwe does it again. This kid is so slick.
This is a
He
star
is
in the
so
making.
slick. What? That was insane.
Absolutely beautiful jiu-jitsu from both guys, but Rhys just finding a way, finding a tactic, setting things up.
Dude, that was so slick, so slick. And this is what I said about Rhys. This is what he does. He manages to find small moments right at the death to pull off the most insane submissions.
What's interesting there was it's the same pass to mount that he did the first time to mount, but then he obviously noticed something the first time that Desley did and turned it around. Okay, big news, guys. We've just been handed the official
The lineup,
starting
which
position
we're not
lineup
gonna read just
for the
yet.
ladies. We will not look at it until they step on the mat.
Well, I'm going to look at it secretly and not tell anybody what's. As soon as
Let-
this camera turns. Yeah, as soon as this camera's gone, we'll have a look. But yeah, this is the moment now. We're going to sort these mats out, and then it's the time for the ladies to shine in a quintet style matchup. Like you said, a camp that you've been heavily invested in. Ladies have been working super hard. It's quite cool that they've reached out beyond their borders, beyond their gyms and that kind of thing. And
I was going to say what's nice is
incorporated other girls in.
like it's not camp versus camp.
Sure.
It's just a conglomerate of some of South Africa's best female grapplers
Yeah, and
coming together for the
And
sport,
that was
just to highlight the sport.
that was the thinking behind an all-star quintet. You know, we wanted a team headed up by someone in Cape Town, but it wasn't strictly Cape Town-based ladies. We wanted Joburg, who wasn't strictly based to one gym. You know, they could pick from wherever they wanted from other gyms, not to showcase female jiu-jitsu as opposed to gyms or that kind of thing. You know, and this is what we really want to see. This is the first step in us really. Hopefully, from here we'll find some title contenders. Things like that, you know, next matchups potentially. I've had a chat with some of the ladies in the crowd here, really asking for a couple of fights. Those are the things we want to do. We want to get a ladies title fight. We want to really help grow all aspects of jiu-jitsu, bringing in the youth, bringing in ladies, bringing in high-level competitors, trying to combat jiu-jitsu, really like expanding our portfolio in terms of ticking off all the necessary things to grow the sport and give it different looks. And this is I'm really excited for this one. This is the first step in a long process of growing ladies jiu-jitsu on a competitive stage.
You know, it's so vital. We've only, from a historical perspective, South Africa's only had one South African really represent globally.
Sure.
Until recently with Peyton, but like Penny Thomas, you know, the first female South African black belt, she won ADCC and a few IBJJFs and other events, and really, you know, did the thing. But there's been a bit of a gap in the ladies jiu-jitsu until recently. Now there's a whole new generation. You've got, you know, Peyton, Jess Hill, Bunmi, Monique van Staden. You've got there's a
Drawing blanks under pressure.
yeah. There's another couple black belts living overseas, dotted around. I'm drawing blanks on the names, but there's a lot of talent and a lot of talent that still needs to actually come through.
I
Yes.
think Peyton, for example, like more recently, obviously winning the ADCC trials, has really sparked up, you know, like that can be me. I can also do it, you know. And we want to build those platforms up, give the ladies experience and an opportunity to deal with a bigger kind of setup and how to deal with it.
And that's what I was going to say. Like, I was trying to leave my point, was, you know, I'm growing up, I get to see a bunch of guys that look like me. Girls, you know, they're coming to the parents are taking them to jiu-jitsu, but they don't really get to see, like, females, like, being represented until now. Like, there might be one or two super fights here, but now you guys you're doing a great job. You're building a platform to really show off new talents and young talents. Like, these teams are kind of mixed between, like, 30s and young 20s, which is great. well, I can't wait until the next generation comes through. You got these 15 and 16-year-old girls that are absolute killers, and they've been training for 5-10 years. By the time they get to blue belts,
speaking of the Mia Ben Davids, when like they want to do a kids quintet and battle it out, and maybe down the line. But I mean, kids like that, there's a long list of them down the line that are in the comps, and they're putting on ridiculously good jiu-jitsu. Let's go back to CS.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's now time for something truly special. We welcome the two women's teams who will battle it out for the first ever Submission Queens Quintet crown. The Quintet style is about team versus team. Each team has 5 members that will battle it out for the win. These 10 women are representing women's jiu-jitsu in the country and are some of the best female grapplers in South Africa. The first team out in the blue corner, Captain Monique van Staden, Hannah Griffin, Nicole van Wyk, Sasha Robinson, and Kiara Fagan. Please welcome CMH Ford Urbanite Queens. In the green corner from the mother city, Captain Bunmi Ojawole, Cara du Plessis, Candice Lunt, Carista Boatwright, and Begum Adams. Please welcome the Pinetown, Kawasaki, and Sim Coastal Queens.
Just an interesting note, Jeff. These ladies have no idea how they're going to be lining up. So this is the first time they're seeing who they're going to be facing. So you can see a lot of smiles as they look over across the shoulders to try and see who's facing who first. Very, very interesting how they're going to battle this out. You can see Pantan, Kawasaki, and Sim.
so you have to ask, what's the strategy behind the teams? You know, do you put your big guys first? Do you save them for last when everyone's tired? You know, do you play to try and time them out with when you've got a weight disadvantage and you've only got 4 minutes to hold out for? You know,
Weights. There's going to be
sorry guys, we're just discussing the weight differences there.
So the concept is in the ladies, if there's a 10 kilo plus difference, the time changes from 8 minutes to 4 minutes in the quintet setup. Nicole van Wyk in the blue.
Highly aggressive. I know her and Monique have battled a few times on the mats. She does. Actually, both girls come from a judo background. Cara, I believe, is from Henzo Gracie's in Cape Town.
Yes. Cara, obviously quite young. She said she's been training since she's about 8 years old, but jiu-jitsu's been probably about 4 years now. You know, obviously the youngest of the team. Interesting to know, she's a straight A student. She's studying a heavy engineering degree. Has a background in judo and apparently never misses leg day.
That was interesting. Nicole, you know, she managed to get to the back and got it down, but Cara's like judo kind of took over and she turned it into kind of a judo throw. I'm not sure what the Japanese name would be. But we're back on our feet now.
And her notes was to keep an eye out for the endless amounts of energy. So just a note on what happens here. You know, if one of these girls submits the other, they stay on. If there's no submission, nobody wins. And then they're both out.
Cara's got the dart. Oh no! So now Nicole's on top. Let's see if she can pass the guard and wrestle. Nicole's corner is asking her for disengage. And Kara's got the potential for the leg lock there. She's already tied it up. She's going to try and make Nicole sit down. This is a problem because now she's in. The knee's trapped. She's trying desperately to clear the leg line. It's good. Nice pummeling, but now she's ended up on the bottom. However, she can do the same thing. She's attacking the leg herself.
Great bit of transition there from the two ladies.
It's interesting how it's the smaller competitor that's the one who wants to be on top and wrestle, though.
I think it's purely based on you want to try and stay on top as opposed to dealing with the pressure underneath.
It's not a bad tactic.
And you know, I think Nicole's got a good MMA background. She's been competing as an amateur for South Africa. She was also supposed to. It's a bit dirty. Supposed to go to Worlds.
Kara attacking that single leg, that Ashi again.
Oh, she's going belly down on that.
Nicole doing a good job of separating the legs, breaking the connection. However, giving up the bottom position in the process.
She's been watching jiu-jitsu Saborg a little bit there, throwing some heavy hands up, looking for that necktie.
I was gonna say, you think we're gonna maybe see ladies slap jiu-jitsu fight?
I don't know about that guy. That might be pushing it a little bit too fast. But I mean, if there's ladies out there that are keen to do it,
Justin on my left just said 2023.
We're keen to put it on.
Okay, so Kara's like size advantage starting to come into play here. She's managed to pass to side control, getting a heavy crossface. Pinning. That looks really uncomfortable, that crossface.
Kara's corner asking for a bit of knee on belly there to really turn that pressure up and try and get a big reaction out of Nicole from back. It's interesting, like, to see people in their jiu-jitsu journey when they get into these kind of uncomfortable positions start throwing up legs like this, you know.
I mean, it's a style thing. Like, I know Boyd Allen will throw that up, but it's a weapon of his because of the way he grapples. We've seen it in his UFC fights where he comes over the back into a back take. I just don't know if Nicole's got the length to do it, especially with this kind of pressure on top of her.
Heavy hips, yeah.
So, I mean, it's safe guess to guess that Kara's trying to go for an arm triangle. Like, she's going to go to mount and she's going to try and cross over.
Really cranking on that pressure now. Nicole was temporarily turning her head the wrong way, and it still seems like she's turning almost towards.
So that defense is only a temporary thing. You need to get your arm out of there. You need to. Oh, and there she is. Makes a great escape. Immediately attacking on the triangle and opting to stand up and get on top instead. Crowd behind me, firmly on Nicole's team. Kara going on bar to leg lock attempt. Nicole doing a good job of clearing the knee line, or trying to clear the knee line and attack the leg herself. Although it seems she's opting to come on top. The ankle is caught in there. I just don't think Kara has the knee line to put it on properly. We've got 2 minutes 20 left.
Okay. Now, you're getting to that kind of time where you got to decide, you know, do you just get one chess piece off the board, or do you try and get a win for your team here, you know? I think if Nicole can draw it out and run the clock down, I think she's kind of done her team a good service.
She's gotten rid of one of the bigger threats.
Sure.
Although her leg's getting in trouble there. She's getting crossed. Her knees deep inside. She just needs to get her knee out of there, and then she's safe. And then she can work. But right now, her legs are on opposite sides, which gives Cara the advantage. There we go. Okay, her knee's free, her knee's safe.
Well done. Nicole really listening to her corner there.
1 minute left.
1 minute left. Great cornering there from Warren King. And Nicole van Wyk really in tune with her corner, really listening to her, the instructions there.
Ooh. Great work from Nicole.
Yeah, there was an attempted hip toss there that backfired.
Now she's attempting to take the back. She's getting the hook. She's got the hooks.
She's
got her seatbelt.
She's got it. She's got to come up onto the mount there. Great job by Nicole van Wyk.
Great work from Nicole. Obviously, she's not going to get another match if it's a draw, so she's going to just go all out.
Yeah, 100%. Great work.
She loves her arm bars. We've seen her do it.
She's really put herself in and also
ugly with that elbow,
giving some of it back. She's taken a lot of dirty shots here. So
she's got a smother. This is some real East Rand jiu-jitsu.
Well done. That's a great performance. That's a great performance.
Great fight from the ladies. So next up, that's a draw. So both ladies are out. Where's the? If I remember correctly from looking at the lineups, that means we've got Hannah Griffith, younger sister of Luke Griffith, versus, I'm not sure, I'm looking for our lineup paper, but we'll see now. Versus Candice Land from Cape Town, I believe PFA. Hannah's, all smiles and sweet, but a former ballet dancer, but she is hyper aggressive when she grapples. Super top heavy and super strong legs. You can see her standing on her toes, performing some ballet. Candice Land, I don't know too much about. I know her team. She trains with Jess Munami and Bunmi at PFA. Just waiting on a weight discrepancy here, which determines the amount of time in the rounds. We're going to 4 minutes because there's more than 10 kilos weight difference. Hannah coming out aggressive. Hannah wasting no time, going straight to side control.
Did you explain the 4 minutes? 10 kilo difference here. This is the sister of the mighty Luke Griffith, looking to keep the family name running here. Luke, who's fighting for a title in the next few hours.
Yeah, I think we'll be asleep by that time, but...
Yeah, some of us will be awake, not me though. Hannah's super aggressive, yeah.
Hannah's straight to mount. This is her MO. She gets the mounts and she's looking for that arm triangle. She's looking for the back take it potential.
Candice Land looking super uncomfortable here now. Now Hannah's in a good position. She can get one for her team. Obviously, the draw is nice, but I think she'll be looking to get one chess piece off the board here if she can.
What's wrong?
It's a good control here by Hannah, really taking her time. And Candice Land just safety mode.
So we've done away with the Shido rules now.
Yes.
So the stalling, they'll get a warning or two, and then
3 warnings.
Oh, there we are. Quick with the back take. Back to mount.
Back to the mount.
Good defense from Candice there.
So 2 minutes 30, I think Hannah's really got to go now. It was a shorter round, so she's really got to give it her all.
Yeah, Hannah's going to ask for the gift round. She's got it.
There we go.
Trying to get the position. So Sorry for
Mouth
my
throwing
stuttering. I was trying to listen to the corner to see. She's looking for that Ezekiel now, it seems.
And it's getting, no?
Yeah, she's got the elbow now.
Great work there. She used that Ezekiel to free up that elbow. And now looking, oh, it's trapping that arm again. Minute 40 to go here. It's been one-way traffic for Hannah Griffith. Let's see if she can convert that over into submission and get one for her team. Into the back take.
Hannah's got the back now.
Now she's going to start working.
Candace is tight though. She's very tight on that defense. So that's what.
Almost looks like Hannah knows that she's going to get
She's
stopped
got it
there.
in. She's got some squeeze. I think she'll be able to do this. Candace, I mean, she's
Great
if anything
defense
but
there,
resilient.
yeah.
I mean, she is super resilient.
She's defending super hard. She's keeping everything tight. She's trying her hardest not to give up that.
I assume that's like the team's strategy though. Would be like, just get her to survive the 4 minutes.
Hannah working at a hip block and going high up on the back mount there. And now she's, oh, that is nasty.
That's it, she gets the submission. Lovely grappling from the ladies.
That was amazing. All out defense versus all out attack.
I mean, it's hard when you got that size discrepancy. Hey, the pressure's on Hannah to get that submission, but from Candace to have to defend that whole time, that constant barrage of attacks, it's hard.
Hannah now gets a 90-second breather before we get going again, and this is going to get very interesting. Tiger Adams is super good grappler. She's also a firefighter and a single mom.
Out of Cape Town, she's, I've seen her competition. She's not just good, but she's really present in the moment. She's really aware of what's going on from strategy and technique.
I mean, if you fight fires for a living, this is just a Monday.
What is this, you know? Although, I mean, Hannah, as we saw, as she's called Hannibal, she brings the fire.
Hannah saw a gap and she just became super aggressive on it. And I think that's the key here. You've got a little bit of time to work. If you can risk it and get that sub, you knock one out. And now it's advantage Team CMH forward. Urbanite Queens, to be exact.
I don't even know how you remember all the names of the teams.
I'm a master. I'm a mastermind. So going to be an interesting matchup here now. Hannah obviously dealing with a little bit of nerves first up. Now she's got to compose herself and get back in there.
Okay, here we go, 8-minute match. You can hear Hannah's dad shouting from the background.
Yeah.
Interesting, with Bagram going to the neck tie-ups and the rest.
Hannah into the body lock nicely there. Oh, and into the mount.
Hannah straight to mount.
Hannah heavy on that high mount now. Going back to that same system. Ezekiel forcing that elbow out. She seems super comfortable here. Nice and tight on the mount there. Not giving up any space. As I was saying, Bagram is a firefighter in Cape Town and a single mom, and still squeezes in her jiu-jitsu training.
And near on full time, like her teammates Jordan.
Oh, great hip bump there.
Bagram
trying to sneak out the back.
Great flexibility, trying to come up the back there.
This is my favorite mount escape, huh?
She does it, she does it.
Oh, well done.
They're going at it immediately. They're aggressive, they're going.
Great stuff.
Hannah's breathing a little bit heavy. The corner's calling for her to slow it down a bit. Bagram seems very focused.
It's also a matter of not exerting too much on the wrestling, Hannah did really well to get around the hips and get that hip lock in the first, and see if she goes to that again. Tries to mix it up. if you saw Hannah versus Kiara Fagan, who are actually now teammates in this one, at Sub Kings, this was 90% of the fight was up in this necktie kind of position.
Begram's really liking that necktie.
Back onto that body lock again, looking for that trip again. She looks very strong on that hip lock.
Ooh.
And again,
exact same technique. Very good.
Great body lock there, and straight into the mount again. You've got to be thinking, if you're team Pantan, Kawasaki and Sim, that even a draw here is gonna be in their favor.
Yeah.
Because Hannah's come out really aggressive and she's really starting to cause them some problems. If Hannah gets another submission here, it's really starting to look dark and dreary. They've obviously saved Captain Bunmil Jawale for the end there.
Who's next? Is it List or?
It's a good question. Cook?
Just a quick little reset in the middle of the ring, of the platform for safety.
So next up for Team CMH Ford will be Monique van Staden and then Carista both right from PE for Team Pantan, Kawasaki and Sim.
Hannah's 5 minutes, more time than she had in the other fight to get this up. She can slow it down and keep more control together. She doesn't have to rush it. But at the same time, the longer it goes, the more tired it is, and the harder the next fight would be for her. And Begram's game competitor with some good leg locks. So if she can get out of here, she can get her hips free properly, she could potentially find something.
See if she's going to start to do a little bit of hip bump and try and get that escape out the back again. Seems like she's trying to get that higher up and try and work it again. She's nearly there now.
It's an interesting dilemma because when you're on top, you want that high mount.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's freeing up their hips for someone like Begram to pop out the back over.
Sure. And I mean, it's not the escape for everybody. It's not day one jiu-jitsu.
No, it also requires a certain anatomy.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely not me.
Or age-wise
viable. Hannah seems super heavy on top there. Just making sure she keeps it. And now she's taking her back. Now she's...
Good work from Begram to escape the back. But now Hannah's got super strong legs from her ballet.
And incredibly flexible feet. Those feet are turning opposite directions.
Earlier, she was doing the ballet walk when you're up on your toes, just like while waiting for
great sweep there by Hannah. And now Begram's got a chance to really get some pressure on and see if she can convert this now for her team.
Trying to apply that can pressure technique fast.
Been watching Dricus Du Plessis.
Yeah, watching so much in the last event.
Shouts for T-City in the back there. Shout out to my man Brian Ortega. So again, I think Team Pantan, Kawasaki and Sim would be reasonably happy with the draw here to just get rid of Hannah. It only gets a lot harder from here. But
gives me gives us a very interesting matchup between Carista and Monique. They're a lot closer in weight. Similar time on the mat.
Sure.
Similar ages. So I believe similar styles. Okay, Hannah changing tactics now, trying to look for the leg lock, or at least outside Ashi to get to a sweep. Begram trying to wrestle heavy to pass guard.
Shout out to Jeannie Kutza, our ref in this one, making it an all-ladies affair. She's a very, very highly credentialed sports administrator, wrestler, wrestling coach. She's works very closely with Saskok and the Olympic Committee.
She's very involved with pushing all the female grappling sports.
Sure. Absolute legend.
Yeah, and his dad shouting words of motivation behind us.
Oh, and it's an interesting one here. Like, both girls have an opportunity to set up their sides here. A submission for Hannah puts her team in a great position. A submission from Baigam really evens the odds, you know.
Yeah.
Puts them back in not in contention. It's far from over, but it puts them back in the game. And Hannah working towards an armbar now. Oh, and up and up.
Hannah is super sweet and just wants to apologize for slapping.
Yeah.
He was like, let's fight, man.
Yeah.
With 40 seconds left on the clock.
Start looking for that body lock again.
Hannah's in a kind of zombie mode, just march forward and hand weave. Pummel, try and get the position. Begram's fighting.
20 seconds left here. It looks like this one's going to go to a draw.
Begram seems to have a little bit more energy.
Oh!
Imolario missing it. Allowing Begram to get the pass. It's a guillotine trap. She's got 10 seconds.
Oh! This is interesting.
This could be close.
Oh,
3. And time. No tap. Great fight from the ladies.
And Hannah straight into the apologies.
The apology body hug.
There's a reason why they call her Hannibal, but she does. I mean, she's walking off with what can only be described as rainbow-colored props. But that doesn't explain a lot. All right, the captain. This is a great fight.
This is the big one. This is one I'm super apt for. The CMH Ford Suburbanite Queens.
Urbanite Queens.
Have one extra athlete, in the back. Karista, she was a late replacement, wasn't she?
Reasonably late, not too late, but definitely late.
Out of Pesford PE.
Mars keeping a great distance on a sit down there. Straight into the leg. Oh, and that's immediately trouble. Karista looking a little bit uncomfortable already.
Doing great. Karista doing great to defend.
Listen, that was my knee gone. The flexibility really, and Mars is really working
now going
hard.
Belly down.
Now Karista attacking her own. Oh my.
So Mars has got it. I just want to see her slow down and control it a little bit longer.
Yeah, she's being heavily
aggressive. She comes out on the gate really fast. And it's been undoing at times. Oh, that looks painful. That looks tight. Karista, poker faced. Clearly not nice irritated by this at all.
Looks at her corner to see what the instruction is. Great work there. Great BMT there.
Mouse's toes caught in the top. She actually lost a toe like that against Rourke once. Oh, lost a toe but tore it open.
He's now got 9 toes, if anyone's wondering. Oh, we've got a hair tie.
I have told her to shave it a few times.
Yeah. Or war braids at least.
Yeah. Okay. Karista good with the guard retention, back to half guard. Mouse.
Oh, great timing there, waiting for the movement.
Yeah. Looking, Mouse. Monique with the armbar attempt, tap. She gets the tap. The arena explodes with cheers. Great fight from the ladies, great composure from both of them. Monique now has 90 seconds and she fights Bunmi, who's arguably the strongest competitor on the field today, of the ladies.
So it's all up to the captain, Bunmi now.
Captain versus captain.
Yep, captain versus captain.
I mean,
the CMH Ford Urbanite Queens have got one in the bank in Kiara Fagan, who is a game competitor. Obviously a wealth of difference in experience between the two of them, but this is really up to Monique van Staden here now. I mean, sorry, up to Bunmi Onjawala now. She's really got to...
She's got to go through 3 competitors. No?
Basically, 2.
2 competitors. 3.
Monique.
3. Monique, Kiara, and there's Sasha still.
Correct.
I mean, I kind of feel potentially for Sasha or Kiara, they put in these camps and there's a chance they might not even get to grapple. I mean, it could be worse, but you know.
Yeah. Maybe we can just get Kiara versus Sasha just to end it off.
I mean, so Bunmi's an accomplished mixed martial artist. She's an accomplished boxer. She's an accomplished grappler. She loves to compete. You'll see when she's competing at high level, she's smiling. That's when she's happiest. However, the challenge is she's only got 4 minutes to get the sub.
She's got to really go for it now. 4 minutes, not a lot of time. She's got to find, and you can see Mars keeping her distance. Oh, I don't know. You know, you got such a, but you can see Mars is excited.
She's smiling.
She wants to give it a bash. Straight onto that
beautiful,
Kimura.
Beautiful jump by Bunmi.
Straight onto that Kimura. This is trouble.
That's on.
How is she not tapping?
How is Monique not tapping from that? That was scary.
That was super scary.
The only reason I understand is that she's got the legs in the way, which is creating space. But yo, that was deep. That was on. I don't know how Monique survived that. Good fight. Lovely jiu-jitsu from the ladies. Now Bunmi attacking her own leg lock. Mouse counter-attacking. Bunmi again with the jumping guard pass. Giving Mouse the mount, but she does have the Kimura trap. Mouse has the back attack here though. Ooh, that looks so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable.
Bunmi's just so strong. She's just cranking on that arm.
Oh,
that elbow
joint
is
popping.
Gonna start.
Oh,
that elbow joint is very uncomfortable.
I can't look.
Oh my. Nah, it's almost into like a strange shoulder. Yeah, she's gonna go again. But
that's a safer. Maybe not.
Insane flexibility on that elbow joint.
Guys, Mouse I know is super strong, but this is incredible.
Oof.
Both just super composed, following the correct processes to get what the outcomes they want.
Bunmi being very clever, yeah. She's really taken her time. She's realized that the flexibility is a bit of an issue to finish this submission. And she's really going to button down on it now.
That knee on belly must hurt a lot too.
Oh, it's going to be so uncomfortable.
Mouse is smiling. She's loving herself out there. She's having the time of her life.
A minute 30 to survive, yeah.
1 minute 40. She's stuck in like a quarter mount.
And Bunmi's
really applying the same tactics. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking over you. Applying the same tactics that Hannah's been doing. Mount, gift wrap, back take.
Mouse is adopting a more defensive now. She doesn't want to leave any arm out there. She knows she's got a strength disadvantage here, so anything loose is going to get snapped up. Bunmi's really got to go for it now. She's going to keep her team in here. Top half guard position now for Bunmi.
See, Bunmi's trying to walk up that arm so she can get get under the arm.
Time is
over
really
the elbow.
running out now.
She's got 47 seconds, and if it's a double elimination, then the CMH team, the Overnights win. Something's up. Oh,
no, they're just moving back to the middle.
The house is erupting with excitement.
Back to the same position. Back to the same position.
We're ready to go, and then we're going back to the same position.
Let's.
Everyone getting swept up in the hype of the fight.
Bunmi really got to go for it now. .30 seconds left to work here. Oh, Bunmi really starting to turn it on now. Elbow into the face.
Bunmi looking for the
This
leg
is
locks
it.
now.
You got to feel like this is it now. Bunmi has to finish it, otherwise it's all over.
It's this or nothing. She's going for that. I don't want to call it Hail Mary, but it's a Hail Mary leg lock. Mouse is free. She's got both legs inside, so it's really hard for Bunmi to actually do a leg lock to her with 8 seconds on the clock.
This is going right down.
This crowd's erupting with joy, celebrations. Absolutely epic match from the ladies. Absolutely amazing work from Monique van Staden. Great work from all the ladies. Bunmi putting on display, but just not able to get the job done in the last minute there. Absolutely incredible. Everyone in the ring is either overjoyed or in shock. Just incredible jiu-jitsu all around. Sure. So that means the Suburbanite Queens get the win. I wonder how much damage was actually done to Monique's shoulder there. But she looks like she's all smiles. Everyone's super friendly, respectful. Great sportsmanship from everyone. Unfortunately, my teammates, my comrade in arms, Al's had to step off for something. But now they're celebrating in the corner. He's gone to hand out the medals and trophies to the ladies. I can't reiterate how great that jiu-jitsu was, everyone. Many of these girls have fought each other in various formats.
Absolutely incredible. What an advertisement for women's grappling. Congratulations to both teams, but there had to be a winner at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, CMH Ford Urbanite Queens. If I could ask the captain, Monique van Staden, to come up, Hannah Griffin, Nicole van Veek, Sasha Robinson, and Kiara Fagan. Please come to the stage and collect your medals. Your winners, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever women's quintet here at Submission Kings. Let's have a round of applause for your winners, CMH Ford Urbanite Queens, captained by Monique van Staden. Well done, everyone. Superb.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.
sanitizing our mat, making it safe for all our competitors. And what a night it's been so far. The women have been outstanding. Everyone has just really contributed in a big way. But this one is all about the middleweights. It's a showdown between two grappling veterans, both making their return to Submission Kings and future potential title challengers. In the blue corner, from Cape Town, representing Team Madfit and Quan Vessels, please welcome Cam Pritchard. His opponents in the green corner, representing East Rand BJJ, please welcome Chris Steenkamp.
Alrighty, back to the action.
This is a big one. Why is this such a big one? Oh.
So, I mean, these are obviously two really experienced grapplers. They've got massively exciting styles, and these are two guys we want to build for title fights going forward. You know, I mean, obviously Cam is always a gamer. He's always keen to come down. We give him a call. We've got this date. We've got this opponent. He says, sure thing. And the same can be said for Chris Steenkamp. And like I said, he wasn't happy that he wasn't in the original 8-man. But like these are two guys we really want to build up for some title fights.
You're saying they look like the winner of this gets like a title fight? Is that guaranteed?
I don't want to say guaranteed. If we can find the right opponent. The nice thing here is Cam can go up a weight division. Chris can kind of hover here at middleweight, or he can go down. You know, if Chris gets a good win here, there's no reason why he can't fight the winner of the 8-man. You know, at a 77, at a welterweight division. So yeah, I wouldn't really say the outcome matters too much. It matters on what kind of opponent we can bring them next. If we can at the next show have a similar sort of weight division where guys put in a good performance, we can make a title fight after that. That's kind of the thinking, you know. We just want to.
Can I cut
sure,
in? There's
go
like
for
an
it.
interesting battle going on. When they eventually first went down, Cam was trying to Kimura from the top, and then
Now
coming
working that
back,
body lock.
Chris was trying to Kimura from the bottom, and now we got Cam with that body lock passing, that like heavy top MMA style. You know, Cam's obviously been involved with like a lot of Don Madge's MMA camps.
Sure, that's a good point.
And Cam comes from like a heavy MMA background as well. He was a very large welterweight prospect at one point.
Definitely. And I mean, he did make the Skeletor chop down to lightweight at some point. But yeah, I think Cam's definitely got a bit of a size advantage at Chris. You know, I think Chris's natural competition weight is actually at 77. But you know, he looks in good shape. You know, he's not a small boy by any means, and he's a great grappler. These are both really good grapplers, high level guys. I think if Cam on top is obviously that's where he wants to be. He feels a bit stronger, a bit bigger here, you know. But I mean, that's why we have the same day weigh-in, so there's no real like massive hydration and dehydration and rehydration kind of process.
He said like 2 days ago he was 90 kilos.
I think he's just saying that to mess with everybody, but it's very possible. But I guess he does have munchies from now and time to time, maybe. So you never really know.
Maybe Rooftop 420 will be a good sponsor for him.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit if we're honest. Rooftop 420, if you're looking for a guy, this is your guy, Cam Pritchard. But Chris looking nice and comfortable here. He's nothing crazy at the moment, you know, just being safe, looking for his openings. Cam heavy on the passes, heavy pressure on the passing here. And another nice Quan Vessels East Rand matchup, you know, two really big competitive gyms here in Joburg. And Chris obviously spends a lot of time down in Cape Town at Henzo's.
Yeah, Chris is not a nomad. He's tied to, I think, from what I understand, he's kind of half and half between Renzo Gracie and East Rand, which, you know, the versatility of training really can help you. Cam, you know, most of his career originally at PSV, and then he moved to Joburg.
Sure, great scramble there.
Because of like work opportunities and, you know, better potential incomes, especially as an MMA fighter. And then has recently now moved down to Cape Town to help Don Madge and Prof Hoff run the jiu-jitsu side of the gym.
And we talk about guys living the BJJ lifestyle. I mean, that's Cam Pritchard to a T, you know. Living at the beach.
Yeah, he's You know,
Jiu-jitsu all day.
Yeah, he's a PE surfer living in Cape Town now. Teaching, training in 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Then they go the cold treatment in the ocean.
Yeah.
Come back for more jits. Maybe have a sandwich or two. And then
There's other things involved we're not going to talk about.
Cycle and repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, Cam's connecting on the guillotine, but he's gonna need to clear his leg in order to finish it. He's a bit loose on the head there, so see Chris popping his head out.
Sure.
Okay, there he's adjusting. He's making adjustments.
And now he's going to that
got
breakdown
the breakdown,
position.
which is really good. Scott. Okay.
Oh, and that's getting nice and tight now.
Okay. Cam needs to It's fine. Switch the guillotine. Switching to the anaconda now.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to roll, but I think he's gonna prefer to go to the back.
He's given up that position now. Yeah.
There we go. He's got the hooks. He's got the control. Now he's setting up the rear
He's
naked
under the
choke.
chin.
Chris looks kind of comfortable.
Yeah. But you can see the strength of Cam as he's starting to crank that
Cam's
choke.
physically a monster, man. I was grappling with the other day. I went on a
He's
single and I
super
just hit a brick wall.
He is super strong.
It's good. Look, Chris doing a good job. He's defending
Yeah, he's
well.
being very smart.
But Cam at the same time is also. He's switching up the grips. He's finding his way through again.
Some great back retention, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, again, Chris's defense.
Yeah.
Pretty on point.
And I scrambling to get out.
Again, now I'm going to start to worry about the whole altitude thing as the match goes on.
You see Cam taking a nice big breath there as he's getting up. And Chris looks happy. He looks comfortable, you know. The only thing is Chris has really got to find an opportunity to get out from underneath here. You know, like Cam might be getting tired, but he's still heavy on top. And Chris has really got to find that gap and that opportunity to start putting some pressure of his own.
I mean, there's a reason they call him Khamzat after the MMA fighter Khamzat.
Shimaev.
Top heavy wrestling, really powerful.
Good framing here by Chris. And great pressure from Cam on the top position. Oh, great escape.
Yeah. Nice scrambling.
Chris will gain on that.
He's trying to pull
He's like
guard.
slide his leg in almost.
It's a very weird, it's without making contact first.
Yeah, it's quite strange because also like you've dealt with Cam on top for quite some time now, and now you're kind of giving him that opportunity again.
But like the thing is, Cam's like a really good wrestler. So how if you don't have the wrestling to deal with that, you got to go to your first weapon, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, try and get their leg entanglements or the off balance.
Cam steps over to mount there. But Chris doing well, automatically he's on his side, he's not flat on his back, he's really trying to work some defense here. I think if you're Chris, you're quite happy to kind of roll the dice on getting to an extra time here, you know. 3 minutes. Great cornering and great listening there by Cam.
Yeah.
Nice clear instructions again from Warren King.
It really is helpful to have that second set of eyes,
Sure.
experienced eyes, who is able to articulate exactly what you need. You can see Cam actually nodding, saying, not saying
Acknowledging
anything,
and listening, sure.
acknowledging and then doing. And even though Chris can hear it too. Arm triangle.
Chris
arm
really
triangle
worked,
set.
yeah.
Cam needs to get heavy. He needs to get low. But
He's
he could also take it from the back like that.
Yeah,
Switch the rear
you
naked
can
choke
see
grip.
he's just kind of catching his breath here. He's acknowledging and just catching himself here. That air might be getting a bit thin, as we said earlier. Would you say Cam's a little bit higher on the back?
That's a bit hard to say. Maybe he does have also a longer torso.
Sure.
Look, I mean the whole match is slowed down a bit.
Sure.
I think
sure.
Cam's like
Not trying to drive
accepted
his
that
hips in here a little bit.
He can't just push the pace if he has to deal with altitude the whole time.
Like I said, Chris, funny enough, looks pretty fresh. Still.
Yeah, he doesn't look uncomfortable.
No, he's stayed safe. He hasn't exerted too much. Cam's really been leading the dance, to say, but Chris has stayed defensively sound throughout it, and looks reasonably comfortable. he hasn't ever really been in too much danger just yet, you know. So it's going to be interesting.
He's been in pretty good danger, but he's done really well.
Yeah,
to get out of it.
defensively he's been really, really good.
But I do worry, not worry. I do, like as you said, if we go to overtime, this might even benefit Chris. Just the longer the match goes,
Sure.
more advantage to him. As we saw, like, you know, Cam managed to hold the back a long time the first time. The second time, Chris is out of there quick.
And we're definitely starting to see Cam think about his breath work and stop and pause and catch a moment. Oh, and now he's given Chris a great opportunity.
1 minute left for Chris to try.
We've seen that from the Eastern guys, that heavy sort of guard passing like that.
That aggressive cartwheel passing. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for Brandon Newman's knee, unfortunately. But
so
he was carrying that injury.
Yeah, I was going to say, I spoke to him. He said he was actually carrying an injury before when he accepted the fight.
Yeah, he did tell me about it, and he was like, "I'm just letting you know, the knee is not 100%." But credit to him for being such a stud.
25 seconds.
Yeah, this is, I think, I'll say safely in 10
Chris
seconds.
is hiding his arm. He doesn't want to risk that Kimura. And I'm not sure if Cam has enough time to work to a guillotine or a back take.
Extra time. It's going to get interesting.
Okay, we're going to overtime.
And this is the thing with overtime now. Now it's up. I mean,
it's all even now.
Yeah, a toss of the coin could go the way of Christian Cam, but could go the way of Cam. You know, like it's really up to fate and a bit of good jiu-jitsu now. You know, so.
You know, like.
Yeah, Bobby's like, no rest, we go.
It's good reffing. Got to appreciate a strong ref.
The most unconfident coin toss I've seen from Bobby tonight. They had to inspect the coin to see what it was. But here we go. Cam's opted for the back control.
So we've got a 2-minute clock.
2-minute clock on the way.
Within 2 minutes, and fastest submission or escape wins.
Bobby doing all the right things now, making sure that Cam's not pulling back already, sticking his knee in his back, waiting for the clock.
Cam looks like he's ready to murder someone.
Yeah, we're having clock pressing issues here again.
Both men breathing heavy. Just waiting. Sorry guys at home, we're just waiting for the clock to... We're going to switch to a manual clock. Unfortunately, for some reason, the clock has decided not to work right now.
Okay, time is on. Unfortunately, the clock's got a bit stuck there, but we're going to go to a bit of a manual clock to see what happens here. And Chris is out.
Chris is out quick.
That was 11 seconds.
11 seconds.
11 seconds. 11 seconds. That was 11 seconds.
This is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah.
Big story shouts coming from the corners.
I think Cam is slightly fatigued here. And that's it.
Time already.
15 seconds.
15 seconds to escape. Are we going to best of 3 or just the 1? some discrepancy from the judges. Why is it always when it's the most important time that the technology fails? Yeah, Chris is going to win. We're keeping consistency in the decision making.
So Chris held 5 extra seconds of control time, so he's the winner. And that's the risk of overtime.
That's the risk of overtime. Cam was pretty much in control most of the match, and I wonder if that was his strategy to get to overtime and then escape quickly.
It could have definitely been. It could have definitely been. I think fatigue definitely played a part there for for Cam. But yeah, great fight from those two guys, and like I said, that puts Christian Camp in a massive position now for a title contention going forward.
I'm excited. The question is who?
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the pinnacle of the evening, the 8-man final. We're about to find someone that's going to be 10,000 Rand richer, as well as the welterweight champion. You asked me about who. I think after that performance from Chris, look, it's a great win for him. But like you said, it's one of those weird situations where Cam was pretty much in control most of the fight. And lost the dice on the overtime there. So interesting one, but I mean, Chris did all the things right, so he set himself up here big time. You know, like he could. There's no reason why we couldn't get him up against the winner of the competition here.
Yeah, I mean, all it does, it also, it just sets up a great storyline for later on.
100%.
If Cam wins
Ladies
another
and gentlemen,
one,
just another round of applause for our middleweights. It's been an incredible night. A big thank you to everyone involved, but there's one more exciting bout. It's the main event of the evening. The winner takes all. 8 men began this tournament, 2 are left. The next bout will decide the first ever Submission Kings welterweight champion, as well as the 10,000 Rand prize money. Compliments of Rooftop 420. In the blue corner, please welcome back Henzo Gracie, Cape Town's Jordan Leclos. In the green corner, all the way from Quebec, Rhys van der Merwe.
Alrighty, this is it, the final. Rhys van der Merwe versus Jordan. Jordan looking seriously focused. Looks over at his dad, gives him the nod. Don't worry, Dad, I got this. And Uncle Bert probably replied, unbelievable.
So they fought each other quite recently. It was in December, right?
November, yeah.
And Jordan was the winner?
Rhys won the division.
Rhys won the division?
Yeah.
Jordan won the absolute.
Correct. That is correct.
Did they fight each other? That's what
I don't think so. I can't really remember, if I'm honest, but I mean, this is a massive matchup here. I mean, let me tell you something about Jordan Leclos. The second we told him there was a title, that's all that he was worried about, He wants to come out here, he wants to win the gold. I guess it's a family trait, you'd say.
I guess he wants the money too. Ooh. This is slick, aggressive.
And two pretty fresh guys. They're looking pretty fresh.
Fresh. They're both quite young. Very evenly matched so far.
I think, like, at sight, Jordan seems a slightly bigger guy. I know I did mention earlier that Rhys is probably one of the lighter guys on the roster here. If you guys saw the roll, we're back on the 1st of April for the lightweights under 70. More than likely get Rhys back on that one.
Who else do you have in mind for that event?
Martino da Silva,
That's
Matt Taylor, Ricky Lowe,
some big names.
Rhys van der Merwe.
Some big names out of Cape Town.
Correct.
Tesfa. Anyone from Joburg or Durban?
Andrew Caruth from Durban, brown belt. So yeah, the pool's shaping up quite nicely, and I mean, Rhys will be a good mix in there. He's got the experience now.
I mean, by the end of this, him or Johanna, the most experienced submission king, dude, guys.
Sure. You can say dudes on the broadcast. We're not going to complain. It's late. Dudes are welcome.
Just trying to be a professional here, Al.
Such a high stakes matchup here now. See Rhys really trying to put the pace on Jordan.
It's just some really pretty clinical jiu-jitsu. You know, Rhys trying to do some distance passing. Jordan's guard retention on point. Just not allowing him to control the position.
Someone shouting, "Come on, guys!" I mean, it's high stakes now. You know, this is for all the bells and whistles. So
It's not like they're not engaging.
Yeah,
they are. It's just things. There's subtle things happening that it's hard to see from outside that they're feeling. You know, just a centimeter here or there can make the difference between attempting something or not. Jordan entering on that false reap, but Rhys doing well to stay clear of danger.
Rhys really working at pace. You see, like Jordan's very cool, calm. His movements are very fluid. Doesn't exert a lot of energy. Rhys is really trying to like force that on him now. He's really trying to pick up the pace, put on the pressure, really force Jordan to do things. Almost took an up kick there.
So Joe, that's the problem. Is like from an exhaustion perspective, energy expenditure. Like passing guards, the single most exhausting thing in
Sure.
jiu-jitsu, you know?
I wouldn't know. I didn't pass guard, so I never get that tired.
Yeah.
Little sweep attempt coming up here.
Interesting. Jordan attempting the leg lock and Rhys trying to counter by going to the back, but he's kind of caught in what could potentially be a calf slicer.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so yeah, now you know Jordan got that inside Ashi position. Now he cemented it. And Rhys doing a good job of sitting, like clearing the knee line, sitting back. Jordan must be careful not to gas his arms on the leg lock attempts when he doesn't have proper control.
Yeah. Rhys doesn't look to be in too much trouble just yet. Oh, that was the tap there.
Rhys taps. Jordan with the win.
Massive, massive performance there. You saw the wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion,
our winner,
Jordan Leclerc. All the way from Cape Town, Renzo Gracie. Jordan winning all of his fights by submission on the way to becoming champion. Earning 10,000 Rand in the process. If there's one thing I can say about tonight's jiu-jitsu, it has been world class, and South African jiu-jitsu is looking incredibly strong. And I think we're going up to CS du Plessis now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have a new welterweight champion, Submission Kings. Jordan Leclerc, if you could come up to the stage, please, to receive your belt and your prize of 10,000 Rand. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Jordan Leclerc, Submission Kings, winner takes all champion. All right, Jordan, well done. Let's do a quick photo and then we'll hear from our champion. All right. Jay, everyone in for a photo? Big L. Your champion, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan, how does that feel? I mean, that was an impressive display against a very dangerous opponent.
Oh, I think everybody today did their absolute best. It was great jiu-jitsu. But we've been working hard with the team back home. And yeah, we did great tonight. Very, very thankful to get the win tonight.
Does it feel good to have that strap around your waist after all those hours in the gym?
You don't, yeah, my dad's just saying, you don't understand. This belt means the world to me, man. This is what we came here for. We're taking it back to Cape Town. Thank you.
Well, it's been an honor to watch you in action. Congratulations. And travel safe. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Submission Kings. Another fantastic event. Thank you for your time. Travel safe. To all our sponsors, a big thank you. And we wish you a good night.
I just need Jamie Gemmell and Dylan Miguel, please don't go anywhere before you see me. If you're still listening, that's our fight of the night. Jamie Gemmell versus Dylan Miguel up early up. Great fight, well done guys.
CMH Group, not just your local dealership, but the motoring team dedicated to your vehicle needs. Whether you are looking to buy a new or used car online or in one of our many dealerships, our trained staff will be there to guide you. With our state-of-the-art service centers, products and parts, we guarantee peace of mind. The CMH Group isn't just the first choice, we are the only choice. Visit your local CMH Group dealers today.
Blue Sky Sourcing is an innovative, all-inclusive solution for the procurement, fulfillment, and distribution of branded merchandise, display, and visual communications. BSS provides a turnkey solution for all branded merchandise that's fast and reliable, at prices that could not be beaten even if they were sourced directly. BSS provides clients with the ease, convenience, and cost saving associated with procurement and branding of products as a single solution, delivered countrywide. Blue Sky Sourcing.